Hello, and I hope you're having a great week so far. Today we're back with the second episode of Scarlet Hollow. If you missed the first part, you can see a link in the description. I'll also put a little note at the top of this video just in case you want to pop on that. Yeah, I'm very excited for the second episode. If you want to give Scarlet Hollow a try for yourselves, links as always are in the description down below. Should we go ahead and get started and see what's waiting for us? I'm wondering where we're going to go with this. You open your eyes. The sun has risen, the birds are singing, you are still alive, and for now, you are safe. Your gaze wanders across the room to the window and the woods beyond. You wonder if the monsters are lurking there, right now, just beyond the trees, ready to pounce as soon as you leave the crumbling estate. A familiar unease settles into your guts, hanging into a knot of anxiety, wriggling as the events of last night play out in your head. You can't help but remember Duke, slumped against a tree, pieces of him scattered across the clearing. You're not sure if you'll ever feel okay again after what you've seen, but you can't stay in bed forever. Hunger pulls you from the clammy depths of the mattress, ready in time for another fresh peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Let's go check on the possum. Hello, buddy. You open the drawers to check on the little possum you missed yesterday. He's got a fresh slice of bread. Oh, good, he's still here. That's nice. Let's leave the little man in peace. You decide to leave the little man in peace. See, we've already looked in the cupboards. Is there anything new in there? Great, the doll didn't move during the night. Well, I sure hope it didn't. If we got in here and the doll had moved, I think I'd be a bit more concerned. It did only have one shoe. I didn't actually check that last time. Maybe it isn't haunted after all. Though after everything you went through yesterday, that's hardly a consolation. To return to the room. You turn back to the rest of the room. Let's look at the window. You creep towards the window, careful not to be seen by whatever might be lurking in the garden. For a second, you thought you saw movement. It could have been an animal, it could have been something else. Whatever it was, it's gone now. I don't think I quite saw that. Maybe you'll head out there and investigate after you finish waking up. Let's text Ella. Let's text and see how she's doing. It's probably a good idea to check in with your new friends. You can't imagine she's holding up very well. Yo, what up? I'm not going to text that. We both had a pretty traumatic night, so hey, how are you holding up? Hi. Send a picture of a tired cat you found on the internet. And maybe, hey, how are you holding up? It might take her a minute to get back to you. In the meantime, get dressed and head down to the kitchen. Let's go. Time to start your day. You're back in the kitchen. Frou eyes you from her favourite spot in the counter. I feel like, was there more stuff on this counter yesterday? Hello, Frou. We get closer for Frou this time. Look at that. Excuse me, ma'am, but may I pet you? Pet her, leave the cat be. Excuse me, ma'am, but may I pet you? Excuse me, ma'am, but may I pet your beautiful fur? Part of you hopes that flattery might win her over, as silly as that may seem. You are, after all, talking to a cat. They understand these words. Frou merely licks her tail. Frou merely flicks her tail faster. It doesn't look promising. Hey, we've been caught talking to the cat. Did you know the police called me this morning? You've only been here one day and you're already had a run-in with the cops. You would have had to seen what we saw yesterday. We can show. We still have the footage that Stella has, so if you want to come and have a look, we can go show her. Did the cops say anything about Duke? We were chased through the woods by monsters and you're worried about cops? There are monsters in the woods. We need to leave. I had a really rough night last night. Can you cut me some slack? What can I say? Troubles follows me wherever I go. Duke's blood is on my hands. I'm not saying that. I'm sorry. Can I hang out with you today? What's the plan for today? Is there anything I can do to help out? I want to say, did the cops say anything about Duke? Did the cops say anything about you? Did they find a body? Body? They didn't say anything about body, but apparently he never went home last night. And they had quite a few questions about you, Socks. They're trying to say I did it. You know what's gonna be weirder? I don't know if this is gonna be the case, but wouldn't it be weird if we run into Duke and Duke's fine, but he's actually just been like assimilated into them? And before you ask, don't worry, I told them you're an upstanding citizen. That's actually really nice of you. Thanks, Tabitha. Thanks for having my back. You know I didn't do anything right. You seem unfazed by this. We were chased through the woods again. Let's say, thanks. You know what? She didn't have to be nice to us and didn't have to stand up for us, so thanks for having my back. Sure. What else is family for? I got an achievement in that damn smile. Get your cousin to flash those pearly whites. Is this so happy? Is she happy? I'm happy she's happy. That's a good sign for us, right? I'm sorry. Let's say I'm sorry, because she did wait up for us last night. And we didn't... What did she ask family for? Oh no, let's have a look at the log again. And there are quite a few questions before you asked. I told them you were an upstanding citizen. Okay, so before then she said, you've only been here one day and you already had a running with the cops. Let's say I'm sorry, because I think personally, Tabitha waited for us last night, and we got back really late, and she must, even though she pretends she's not worried, she must have been, because she waited up. I'm sorry. Good. I've got to get to work, but listen, you better stay out of trouble today. I want you home by sunset. I don't want to hear complaints, just do what I ask and we won't have any more problems. And she ran off. She's like, be back by sunset. Bye. Tabitha takes a few steps towards the door. Sunset. But I heard you loud and clear. Your cousin huffily exits the kitchen. Her footsteps fade down the hall, ending in the characteristic creak, then thump at the front door as it opens and closes behind her. Once again, you are the only human in the estate. A text from Stella. Hey, Sux. Thanks for checking in. I hope you're alright. All things considered, I'm doing okay. Not great, but hanging in there. Up most of the night on cryptid forums, but no good answers yet. I'm at the library if you want to join. I have scones. You sold me. Scones, say no more. So we got scones, say no more. Cool, on my way. I'll be there in a bit. Still waking up after last night? Hell no. I'm not really feeling up for it today. Ghost town. Ooh, no. I'm not gonna lie. That would be probably my response. But I think at the same time, she did on the trail yesterday when we were yesterday. On the trail in the first episode, we found that she'd actually made a load of treats for the day out, for the evening out, and I picked the only treats that she didn't make. So I'm determined to see if we can try some of Stella's baked goods, so let's go for it. Just go and say no more. And that's that. Time to start your day. Let's make a PB and J. Because we have to eat something, right? Actually, you know what? Ooh, okay, one sec. Because we saw something in the garden this morning, didn't we? Shall I go investigate the garden first? Let's do that. As your eyes wander to the garden door, you shudder, remembering the brief glimpse of something you saw from your upstairs window. It was probably just a raccoon, but the uncertainty of what you saw gnaws at you and compels you to investigate, if only to prove that it was nothing. At the very least, you don't see anything now. I'm gonna regret this. I do want to see what it was, so investigate further. You wander further into the garden, trying to pinpoint the spot where that thing had been lurking, if indeed there had been a thing to begin with. Ooh, take it all in. Check the ground for clues. Ooh, okay, take it all in first because it's the explore option. The garden is peaceful but undeniably eerie. Here, more than anywhere else, you're surrounded by the ghost of what this place used to be. A greenhouse sits in the midst of the overwhelming greenery, unreachable from years of neglect. Its glass clouded and cracked. Statues reach out from seas of weeds, as if begging to be rescued. And most strikingly, behind a pair of rusted metal gates, at the very peak of the mountain, sits a graveyard. You can just make out a few of the headstones, the scarlet name carved deep and proud into their faces. You notice what a good view someone would have of your window if they stood where you're standing now. Oh, that's interesting. So this is our room then. Ooh, so someone could have been watching us. Let's check the ground for clues. You crouch down, pushing aside the greenery to examine the soft earth, and we've got a footprint here. I'm glad I got the button right for that. Well, the keyboard right. So it was someone. Do you think I'm definitely gonna have to look back because I didn't see what it was. Do you think it could have been, because it's got blood and everything? Do you think it could have been a version of Duke? A boot print. Well, I think it's blood anyway. Yeah, viscera. Could it have been Duke? Because he got shot in the head, didn't he? A boot print, a big boot print, and what looks like some kind of viscera. Your thoughts turn to the spectre from the night before. You snap a quick photo, just in case it comes in handy later. Ooh, okay, text to the seller, or keep it to yourself for now. I think we should keep it to ourselves for now, because we don't know what relevance it has. You keep it to yourself for now. No need to cause any worry just yet. You head back inside. Time to figure out what to do the rest of your day. Let's make a PB&J. Sure, Stella might have scones at the library, but scones are later. PB&J is now. You quickly scrape together the ingredients and gobble up a delicious breakfast. And that's it. Alright, let's head to town then. I'm glad that we've got to go in this room again. I'm glad. I'm concerned that it's. When does Janie come by and clean up? But we'll head to town. The walk back to town is much less pleasant today than it was yesterday, when you didn't yet know the woods were full of monsters and strange men who know your name. Oh, it could have been. But what if it was the What if it was that guy from yesterday that we saw outside of our Stella's friend's house? You know, with Sybil as well. It could have been that person that was watching us and said welcome home. They could have been the ones standing outside. You stare anxiously into the darkness between the trees, searching for any signs of movement. But the woods is still, at least for now. Let's continue down a path. The autumn-tinged mountains, sprawling for miles in every direction, now feel less like beautiful scenery and more like walls of a cage. Your phone buzzes in your pocket. Look who I found at library! She said she was up all night thinking about a video, adding you to a group text. That's fine. Look at it. Oh, so this is going there. We've got those good to go. Obviously, she didn't want her photo taken, so I think Stella's just happy to be hanging out with her friends. I'm only here because it's quieter than the store. Oh, was lol. And I'm trying to figure out what animal that could be. I don't buy into this harbinger of doom stuff. We know what animals they are. They're ditchlings and they are harbingers of doom. Sounds like they're having fun. Oh, let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'll be there soon. Can't wait to solve this mystery. Ditchlings aren't real, Stella. Send a heart emoji. I thought I told you I'm out. Don't reply. Let's, you know what? let's, dang, I need those scones. We saw a picture of them. Dang, I need those stones. Be right there. Almost back to town. Continue down a path. You make it to town in one piece. No creatures jumped out at you. No scary men blocked your path. Oh, you can see Sybil talking with Avery. I wonder how many of these storefronts then Like, because this one here they're standing outside of, I wonder if this is a house or if this is a storefront. This feels like it would have been a high street now. The sight of other people is comforting, helping you forget the things you've witnessed, as if they happened to someone else. Oh, hey Socks. Hey Avery. We were just talking about you. I stopped by Sybil's to pick up her new tea blend, and, well... Oh, we got a new tea blend. Is that the one that you gave to Stella yesterday, or is there a new one? You're the biggest thing to come into town since the coal mine. Folks have been absolutely buzzing about you. For good reasons, I hope. You went out with Stella last night, right? Did something happen out there? She barely even waved when she walked by. Okay, so we got the street smart light. Duke had a hunting accident. We just got some really good footage as all. Tell Avery the whole truth. I'm traumatized and not ready to talk about it yet. Jeez, nosy much, I hardly know you, say nothing. Technically, Duke had a hunting accident isn't a lie, but we don't... I like Avery. I would like to tell Avery the truth, but I don't know. You know, Avery's really into Stella's channel though, isn't he? So he's actually kind of into the cryptid stuff. So maybe he would be more willing to believe. Okay, I'm gonna save. I'm gonna save, and we're gonna. You know what we're gonna go for? We're gonna go for. Oh God, I don't know if this is a good or bad thing. Sybil might cut us off if she doesn't think it's a good thing now. And Avery's Stella's friend. Oh gosh, I feel like I'm gonna regret this, but Stella and I went into the woods to find a skunk ape, but we ran into something way worse. Actual monsters. Sybil said that they're called ditchlings, but whatever they are, they killed Duke and have been mutilating the local wildlife. Whoa, slow down. Duke is dead? It's true, I'm afraid. Yes, see, Sybil's backing us up. That's awful. Has anyone told Bo? Yes, he's taking it well, as you can imagine. I'll be going up to check on him today, the poor lad. I can't believe you had to see that, Socks. Tell you what, I'm gonna break for the next half hour. How about you swing by the diner? Winnie can fix you some of Sybil's new blends and try to calm your nerves. That's very nice of you, Avery. It's chaga and lemon balm. It's always helped me on bad days. That sounds great. And if you need to talk about what happened, I'm all ears. Avery's so nice. Everyone I've met so far has been really nice. Apart from the police. The police are a bit weird. And that weird guy who stood in the street. But everyone who we've spoken to who isn't those people, it's all good. Anyways, it's up to you. See you around, Socks. See you, Sybil. Take care now, Avery. I'd better get back to it myself. We've got a achievement. Confident, tell Avery the truth about last night. I'm glad I was able to catch you this morning, if only to see how you were holding up. Please don't hesitate to stop by if I can be of any help. Ooh, we've got a question here. Why aren't you telling us? Thanks, Sybil. Wait, do you know anything else about ditchlings? Why doesn't anyone in this town seem to know or care that a man died? Why doesn't anyone in this town seem to know or care that the woods are full of monsters? What is wrong with people here? These are all good points, because we know obviously that Duke is dead, and yet everyone's kind of... It's like they're sad about it, but they're not surprised. You know, they're horrified by it. I don't want to risk making Sybil upset with us, but what aren't you telling us? You're pretty relaxed given everything you told us last night. Don't mistake my calm demeanour for complacency. We all have our parts to play in this. But what's yours? I've shared what I know about the ditchlings, and I trust that you and Stella have what it takes to get to the bottom of things. I'm so sorry to cut our conversation short, but I've got things that need tending to. Stay safe, Socks, and God bless. It doesn't seem she was too upset with us for asking that question, so I'm glad that we did. But interesting. You probably have a bit of time before you need to the library. So we can swing by the diner or swing by the general store, or we can head straight to the library. Probably have a bit of time before you... Ooh, look at this. Alright, so we saw Monday's major decisions. Took some boiled peanuts from a stranger. That was a major decision. I learnt that last time. That's a major decision because we offer them to everyone. Found a possum living in my drawer. Found a possum living in my dresser. That's a major decision. Watched Duke die in the woods and called the police. Met Stella's friend Kanika and her mother, Sybil, and learned about the ditchlings. Returned to my cousin's estate before going to bed. Okay, so these are all the major decisions we made so far. I don't think we're doing too badly. I mean, obviously Duke's dead, like, but if we hadn't have saved Duke, then Gretchen would have been in danger, so... It's not much of a compromise, but I'll take it. I'll take it, for sure. Let's swing by the diner, because they said that they'd give us a cup of tea, didn't they? You head towards the diner. The diner is a little quiet today, but the air is still heavy with the tantalising smell of breakfast. I'm not going to warn the patrons of the danger. I'm not going to start mass hysteria. I'm going to go and talk to Avery now. Hey, Avery. You slide into the booth across from Avery. Coffee date, get coffee with Avery. We're just hanging out. Hey there, stranger. Before you can exchange words, Winnie sidles up, a fresh mug of tea in hand. Heard you might need this. The answer to 29 down is oink, by the way. Everyone's so nice. Genuinely. What? But the clue is pen sound. How is that a sound a pen makes? Wait, pen like pig pen? Are you kidding me? How is this supposed to guess that? I don't know why you bother with those things. They're just gonna frustrate you. It's just something to fill the time, but maybe I should switch to Sudoku? Winnie leaves Avery contemplating daily newspaper puzzles, returning to her seat behind the counter. It's nice that immediately as soon as Winnie saw that we arrived, she came over and brought us a hot cup of tea. So, thanks for telling me about last night. If you want to really get into the grisly details, you can tell me. I won't judge. Okay, so try your tea. Well, if you don't believe me, tell Avery about last night. Last night still feels raw. Why don't we just talk? Let's try our tea. You hesitantly take a sip of your tea. It tastes like you're drinking mold that someone tried to unsuccessfully spruce up with lemon balm. That doesn't sound great. Politely put the tea down and never pick it back up. If we don't like it. You politely put the tea back down, never intending to pick it back up. But nobody needs to know that. Does she notice? Please don't know. I probably should have warned you about the tea. Chaga does not mess around. It's a fungus harvested from local birch trees. It's supposed to be super healthy for you, and it sure tastes like it. It's a challenging drink. What if you don't believe me about last night? I could tell you about last night, but what if you don't believe me? I'm not here to judge, I'm here to listen. Okay. Winnie's very kind of close to the edge there, so I wonder if Winnie's listening into our conversation, but... Let's... Avery's been good so far. I'm gonna tell Avery. You spill the beans to Glad to have someone to talk to about the horrors you've witnessed. Wow, that's some heavy stuff. No wonder Stella seemed distant. Monsters in the woods. I may not have lived here long, but I've never heard of anything like that happening around these parts. Can't say I like the thought of it. Now that I think about it, when the cops came in for their morning coffee, they mentioned something about going to the woods to look for someone. It must have been Duke. They seem so disconnected from it, but I figured it couldn't be very serious, but wow. They seem weirdly suspicious of me. I don't get it. They saw Stella's footage. They saw what happened out there. But it feels like so far all they've done is hound me. Hey, I don't know if it will help your own society, but even if they think you did something, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't bother going after you. Those cops come in here every day, and I feel like I know them pretty well by now. And let me tell you, they have no follow-through. I can't tell you the number of complaints they've just, like, dropped after a day or two. And I'll vouch for you if they try anything. That's the second part. Alright, so we've got so far, we've got Stella, we've got Sybil, and we've got Avery, who all have said they're vouch for us. And Tabitha, most importantly, Tabitha, who we haven't spoke too much at all, who, although he puts up that hard exterior, is actually like, yep, you know what? She knows. And thank you, Avery, that's very nice of you. I hadn't begged you as a transplant. Where are you from? Do you regret moving here? You should get out of here before things get any worse. You should get out of here before things get any worse and take me with you. Let me know if you happen across any leads. Say nothing. I hadn't pegged you for a transplant. Where are you from? I moved here from Charlotte. Gosh, 3 years ago now? Maybe a little more. I've lost track. Aunt Winnie offered me a place to stay and a job, and who was I to pass up on that sort of generosity? To be honest, it still feels like I just moved in. Practically everyone apart from the Cole folks grew up in this town, so it's like I'm the perpetual new kid. Don't get me wrong, folks here are pretty polite and friendly, but there's a shared history I'll never be a part of. Ooh, I feel like we might be across the boundary, but we did, to be fair, we did tell Avery about our circumstances and things that happened last night, so why'd you leave Charlotte? If you don't mind me asking. Nah, it's cool. I was having some issues with my folks about education, which wasn't great, especially since I was stuck under their roof. When my aunt heard about it, she offered me a job and a place to stay, and the rest is history. That's very nice of your aunt. I'm guessing they're like trying to make you do something you don't want to do, or a path you weren't ready for or wanting to do. Let me know if you happen across any leads. We're on the case, but I hardly know where to start. Let me know if you hear anything. Definitely. Oh man, it looks like my shift is starting. Hopefully the chug has had a chance to start working its magic. I sure hope so. A hot drink in any form is good for the soul, so. The diner is where everyone comes to gossip, so I hear a lot about what goes on around here. I'll let you know if anyone mentions those monsters or anything else strange and unusual. I appreciate that, Avery. Thanks, Avery. Avery slips out of the booth, giving a friendly half wave before disappearing into the back. You leave the diner, ready to continue your day. Oh, we can still swing by the general store. Let's do that. This is your first time seeing the general store in the light of day. This is the first time seeing the general store from this direction. Let's have a little look. So we got authentic rocks, pulled from the scallop mine, from fresh pickles in a barrel. Then we've got sort of squirrel here and a little branch, and a bird as well. The founders. Tea clothes. So she's got a little tea shop that runs inside. That's cute. Are those? What are those? Ghost tongs? What are those? And we've got snacking morsels. Yeah, this is cute. It's interesting this stuff here is at the sort of end. So I'm guessing you go through the store, grab what you need, and then you get the sort of sale of like these sort of bits at the ends that you kind of might want to look. There's some good assorted rugs there. I'd get some. A young man sits at the table by the register, too preoccupied with his phone to care that you stepped in. Offer him your boiled peanuts now. Especially because he's actually on his phone. We're not gonna give him those. Those peanuts have gotta be getting a little gross. You should leave town. There are monsters in the woods. I'm not doing that. Hi, I'm Sax. If I wanted to buy chips or something, do I talk to you or what you doing on your phone? Do you reckon that this is Kanika's brother? That's... Hi, I'm Sax. I just got into town yesterday. Yeah, I know. Mom told me. What's your name? Miles. If I wanted to buy chips or something, do I talk to you or... I guess, yeah. Kanika decided to skip work today, so of course, whatever plans I had didn't matter. Just take the chips, I don't care. Wouldn't that be stealing when Kanika get mad? Hell yeah, thanks for looking out. I'm gonna pay for the chips. I'm not gonna steal from like Kanika's family and from Sybil. I'm paying for the chips, I insist. I'm not ringing you up, take them or leave them. I'm good. I'm not gonna take the chips because if they need to inventory check, I'm good. Thanks. Have it your way. It kind of just seems like he's chilling, so I'm gonna see you, Mars. Mars doesn't respond as you turn and leave the general store. Just browsing. Visit a store without stealing anything. That's an achievement. doing the bare minimum is like an achievement. So head to the library. I didn't steal. Good for me. Look, there's Gretchen. Who's this? Is that the? Wait, is that a real cat or is that a fake, like wooden cat? You enter the former town hall. What once must have been a stately foyer has been converted into rows of shelves. Meetings and offices long ago gave way to assorted reference collections and reading areas. This is nice! Oh, this is where you can do the reading adventure! I do... So is this them getting... These children are very happy considering the circumstances that they're going on in here. Booksmart. This is a good place. I didn't need Booksmart to tell me that. Oh, hey, you made it! Settle in with Stella and Kanika. Shush Stella and point at all the books before heading over to the table. I don't need to shush her. I don't know if this library has those kind of rules. It seems a bit more chill, maybe? You head over to Stella and Kanika's table and settle in. Hello! Hello, buddy. And here's the scones. Wait, isn't that from... Wait, that's from Madoka Magica, right? It is as well. I knew I recognised it. So we're into Madoka Magica. Interesting. Some Magic Girl animes. Okay, so... Which is a good show, by the way, if you haven't watched it. Ghost Track San Antonio, Texas. And we've got like sort of like some bits back here that are like the map of the local area. I wonder what this is. You made it. Glad you could join us. Morning, Sax. You look tired. I mean, I probably didn't sleep the best. I'm pretty amped up actually. I've never done a Scooby-Doo before. Kanika, you can't just tell someone they look tired. We don't know her well enough to be like, you can't just tell someone that. It's not, you know, snitch on Miles. I'm not gonna snitch on Miles. We didn't take anything in the end, so it didn't technically do anything wrong. Yeah, the estate isn't the easiest place to get good 8 hours. It was hard to fall asleep last night, all things considered. I'll sleep when I'm dead. I'll sleep when I'm dead. Oh, I kind of like these three. Well, I won't maybe not say that one, but it's hard to fall asleep, all things considered. It kind of brings the mood down. Well, I'm pretty amped up, actually. I've never done a Scooby-Doo before. Oh, I kind of want to say that. You know, the worst thing is this person's dead and I'm just like, yeah, let's go. I'll get right. I'm still amped up on adrenaline, actually. I've never done a Scooby-Doo before. She like that. Some creepy old guy with a real estate, a scheme, and a bad costume is at least a little more believable than his monsters and curses. All we need now is for Gretchen to start talking. If I just chose the animal one, the Gretchen might be talking right now. Anyways, I guess we should get started. Before you dig, you remember the boot print you found in your garden. You know what? All clues are clues. We're in a safe space. These two are cool, and so is Gretchen. So, show your photo to Stella and Kanika. Let's do it. Hey, before we dig in, I found something in the garden this morning. You hold up your phone and show Kanika and Stella the photo you took in the garden. These prints are in the bushes, with a clear line of sight to my window. Dang, that's creepy. Are you okay? Why in the world is that liquid around it? It looks like pus. Do you think it's Wayne? Those boots are too big to be Tabitha's. I can't seem thrilled at the thought of someone watching my room. I don't know if there's a connection here, but it felt worth bringing up. I'm gonna say that one. Because I don't know what Wayne's deal is, but why would there be viscera on the floor around Wayne? So I don't know if there's a connection here, but it felt worth bringing up. Do you think it could be that creep we saw outside the general store last night? He knew your name, and those boot prints match up with the mining getup. Oh, is that the mining getup? Oh, apparently I missed a lot last night, huh? You're not talking about Wayne, are you? That guy keeps coming to my mom's tea room. I think there's something really wrong with him. Yeah, we are, but I wonder if there's any connection between that guy and what happened in the woods last night. I feel like there might be too much of a jump between that because Wayne seems like he's more attached to us as a storyline, but what happened last night to Duke, I don't know. But didn't yesterday in game time, Sybil say to us that the what are they called? The creatures, ditchlings. Okay, so I wonder if because obviously I feel like Wayne is more connected to us in terms of story, but saying that, the ditchlings do have that sort of, wasn't the thing that Sybil said to us that ditchlings are a sign of bad things to come? So he might be connected, but not entirely. He connected through the fact that bad things are happening. Like what? I mean, I don't have anything specific, but we do have that whole prophecy of impending doom angle to explore, and this photo was weird. I can't stop thinking about those splatters on the ground. If whoever left those prints is sick, maybe it's from the creatures you encountered. Hey there, strangers. Little stranger? Literal stranger? Hi! Your library is incredible. I feel like, especially here, the board peanuts are just going to get on the materials, so your library is incredible. I can't imagine how much work you have to put into maintaining this sort of collection. Oh, thank you. Hey, Oscar, this is Zux, Tabby's cousin. Why did they all look so surprised when I said the library is cool? Oh, I should know you were Scarlet. You look so much like Vivian. Not that I knew her very well, but I was still a little kid when she left. But that Scarlet resemblance is, strong. I'm Oscar Gutierrez, Chief Librarian and only librarian. Oscar's amazing. He practically built this library from scratch. Yeah, I'm a little jealous of what the kids around here get to grow up with. They don't know how good they have it. You know what, it is really nice, and considering this used to be the town hall, you've done a good job at kind of maintaining the collection here. Back when I was in elementary school, all the library had was a couple of shelves of boring books donated by old people. You're too kind, but speaking of kids, have either of you seen Rosalina around town? I don't want to be a helicopter dad, but she hasn't been answering my texts, and I wanted to make sure she isn't getting into any trouble out there. They're showing a look. Do you both know what Rosalina's up to? You know the crowd she hangs out with. They're good kids at heart. I'm sure they're just up at the old Maxwell doing teen stuff. I went up there plenty of times in my day, but I'll be sure to keep my eyes peeled. What's the old Maxwell place? Kids are smarter than you think. She can take care of herself. I'm not saying that I don't know his kids. For all we know, Rosalina might be like trapped in a mine right now. I don't like the thought of teens getting up to mischief with all the stitch things in the wood. I'm sure she's fine. Ooh, what's the old Maxwell place? It's this great old abandoned spot. We used to hang out there when we were teens. I can't believe I used to be so reckless. The floors there were like Swiss cheese. I should really have a talk with Rosalina when she gets home. I'm not gonna say I'm sure she's fine. I'm not gonna say that either. I don't know if you're... I don't know you well enough yet. Let's not say anything. You say nothing and let the others talk. You might not want to let her run off around like that anymore though. It's not as safe as it usually is around here. Is that so? Kanika's right, there's some weird stuff going on out in the woods. That's actually why we came in today. Have you ever heard of creatures called ditchlings? They're a type of cryptid that shows up around places on the brink of disaster. They kind of look like if Pillsbury Doughboy was a creepypasta. Kanika's mum told us about them last night, and after seeing some footage we got in the woods. Ditchlings. Doesn't ring a bell. Dang, worth a shot. The way Gretchen just does us like... I don't know if Gretchen's always food focused, but I'm assuming as a dog mostly she probably is. Okay, if you were, say, trying to predict a horrible disaster that might befall our town, where would you start looking? Well, they say history repeats itself, so I'd probably try and figure out what sort of disasters this region typically falls prey to. Should I be worried about something? I don't know yet. I'll be right back. I'm gonna nab some more books. Oh. Behave when I'm gone, Gretchen. Gretchen immediately turned to look at him. You don't have to worry about her, Stella. You're such a good jock, aren't you, Gretchen? You can tell it's a good library as well, so let Gretchen in just for the sake of letting Gretchen in. Here, have a biscuit, old girl. See, people who give treats to dogs. Gretchen inhales the soft biscuit, drool leaking from her toothless mouth as she swallows it whole. Oh, look at that joyful expression. Oh, he looks really happy too. I'm pretty sure Stella's barking up the wrong tree, Oscar. I don't think you have to worry about any horrible calamity befalling the town. But she's right about the weird stuff. There's definitely something unusual going on out in those woods. I don't believe in the supernatural stuff, but woods aren't safe. Our man's already dead. It's nothing we can't get to the bottom of. Whatever out there's in the woods has been brutalising the local wildlife. Get out there while you still can. I'm interested in this one. Whatever's out there in the woods has been brutalising the local wildlife. I don't think it's safe. I'm gonna try calling Rosalina again. I'm sure she's fine, really. Rosalina's a smart kid. She knows better than to go around getting into trouble. And we'll make sure to keep our eyes peeled. I said wildlife. I didn't say your child. Thanks, Kanika. And sucks if you see a 13-year-old girl with black braids and glasses, would you let her know her dad is worried about her? I certainly will. Aye, Captain. Oh, why is every shot of Gretchen so adorable? Oscar anxiously wanders off, phone in hand. Callum just grabbed a whole mess of local history books. Stella sets a massive pile of books on the table and pulls up a chair. All right. This is going to be so much faster with the two of you here to help. Got our snacks, got our source documents. Let's get this research party started. Reading awaits. So we've got Booksmart. Flip through Historical Buildings of Scarlet Hollow. Flip through Veins of Scarlet, the history of Scarlet Hollow mines. Ooh, that could be cool. Because we've got a direct connection to the Scarlet Hollow mines because of Tabitha. Flip through Silas, Scarlet, Soldier, Woodsman, Leader. Flip through Appalachian, Folk Monsters. Well, I'm going to go through this one. That sounds like it could be something we could directly get involved in. Forced into retirement at age 50, due to a war injury from his time in the Indian Wars, exasperated from his short stint serving as captain in the Confederacy. Silas Scarlett also lost his eldest two sons to that bloodiest of wars, leaving his eldest son, Andrew Jackson Scarlett, to take care of the mine. Under his leadership, the mine prospered, undoubtedly in part due to the growth of the railway industry. Managed to evade the coal union for decades, making it one of the most profitable mines in the country. Andrew Scarlett built the surrounding town into what it is today, with expensive stone buildings, a bustling main street, and overseeing it all, the elegant Scarlett Estate that was until 1895 the largest and finest feat of architecture in the region. Culminating in the tragic collapse of 1918, it was found that Charles Shaw, the co-manager of the mine, had loosened security measures to increase production during World War I, resulting in a fatal collapse and the deaths of over 160 men and boys, some as young as 10. That's very young. The casualties included Andrew Jackson Scarlett's son, Theodore, his brother Enoch V. Scarlett, who had taken over for their aging father during the bustle of the war, managed to pull the mine from the brink of ruin, thereby saving the town. And how did he do that? So this is how your family made its fortune. Oh, that was interesting. Oh, do I get to go through all of them? Okay, should we go through Appalachian folk monsters next, or Silas Scarlett? Let's go for more of our family. Silas Everett Scarlett was born to Colonel Everett J. Scarlett in 1818, one of the 12 siblings. He grew up in eastern North Carolina during a tumultuous time in the state's history, and not much is known about his life before he joined the army in 1836. He quickly rose through the ranks, in part due to his father's connections, but also due to a particular ruthlessness, for which he received the nickname Bloody Silas Scarlett. The federal government granted the now Captain Silas a tract of bounty land in exchange for his service in the Indian War, and he settled into the hills of North Carolina in 1841. That land would become Scarlett Hollow. But it started as a simple log cabin, built by Silas's own two hands, occupied by his family of 10, Silas, his wife, Mary Joseph Scarlett, and their 8 children. Logging business brought many workers and fellow landowners to the hills, but it wasn't until Silas discovered rich seams of coal running underneath the entire region that Scarlett Hollow was really put on the map. He saved what he could and bought the surrounding hillside at a great discount, cleverly hiding what he knew about the land's true value. Thus, he had all the resources to found Scarlett Hollow's now famous coal mine. You finished with this one. So Silas brought the land from someone and hid kind of what he found from the person he was purchasing it from. So who did he purchase it from? And I wonder if they sold it at a cheap price because they knew what was here, not because he hid anything from them. So we got flip through historical buildings of Scarlett Hollow and flip through Appalachian folk monsters. Let's go for Appalachian folk monsters this time. A few entries catch your eye. I feel like, so I do want to know what this is. Small silvery creatures that besieged a farm in Kentucky. No, not quite. The Hopkinsville Goblin's case was supposed to be a close encounter with extraterrestrials in the 1950s near Hopkinsville, Kentucky. During the incident, 5 adults and 7 children arrived at the local police station, claiming that a group of small chrome creatures had besieged their farmhouse for hours. When police arrived on the scene, they found bullet holes and spent shells, but little else in their way of evidence. Skeptics suggested the family had simply misidentified a group of great horned owls. Even so, the incident remains one of the most thoroughly corroborated and documented cases of extraterrestrial contact. That's interesting because this is drawn like this, but there's nothing saying that they look like this, but they kind of, you know what, actually, this is kind of interesting because the way their hands are, if we just took away the ears and like these detailed features, this could kind of look a little bit like what we found. But let's have a little look at another one. Let's try the Wampus cat. Often linked to Cherokee legends, some cite the Wampus Cat as originating with the story of a woman who sought vengeance against the monstrous cat demon for driving her husband mad. She hunted it down and by wearing a bobcat mask, tricked it into using its own vile magic on itself, freeing the people of their region from evil. Others say the creature comes from the story of a woman who wore the pelt of a wild cat to witness its forbidden hunting rites. The hunters of her village gathered to perform the rites, and she watched in secret from underneath the cat's pelt, but was soon discovered. For her indiscretion, she was fused with the pelt, and transformed into a creature that is neither human nor cat, forced to wander the wilderness alone, feared by all. Her calls are those of great sadness, and serve as a warning to anyone who dares go against tradition. I wonder if all of these have information we could take on board. The Mothman is a large flying creature, generally described as a humanoid, with glowing red eyes. It was first spotted by a couple in West Virginia in the mid-1960s, and was encountered in the region several more times in the following years. The Silver Bridge collapse of 1967 has been linked to a series of Mothman sightings, and it's said the presence of the creature served as some sort of omen, or was a catalyst that led to the disaster. See, all of these have a little something that kind of could be linked in with the creatures that we're looking for, because this serves as an omen for a catalyst that led to disaster. You know what I mean? So this one has disaster, the other one has the, so I wonder if it did have some sort of cry. It was whispering a lot, so I wonder if that's sort of similar to the other one we just read. This has since become an important aspect of Mothman, with sightings of this cryptid often taken as a sign of that some great misfortune is to follow. That's why I read all of them if that's the case. Though the Pine Barrens, the place where this creature is said to have been born, are far from the Appalachian wilderness, sightings of the Jersey Devil have been documented all throughout the woods of the eastern United States. According to popular legend, the Jersey Devil was born to a woman named Jane Leeds. Leeds, upon realizing she was pregnant with her 13th child and daunted by the task of giving birth yet again, cursed the child in her womb, proclaiming it would be the devil itself. Though born as a normal child, it quickly transformed, gaining a goat to her horse's head, large bat wings, and a forked devil's tail. Kicking at the family and lashing out with its tail, it flew up the chimney and out into the night, disappearing into the Pine Barrens. The Jersey Devil is one of the oldest cryptids in North American history, with sightings spanning back through the 1800s all the way to the origin of the myth in the late 1700s. It's said to move with incredible speed, and is recognizable by its high-pitched, blood-curdling scream. Okay, let's try it then. Ginseng babies? It's safe to say, life was hard in the South after the Civil War. The land and its people had been ravaged by conflict, and many turned to unusual industries to get by. One such industry was that of ginseng diggers, or sang diggers, as they were colloquially known, who eked out a meager living for themselves by digging up and selling wild American ginseng. Myths surrounding sang diggers were plentiful, but most prominent among them was that of the ginseng baby. It was said that if you dig up a ginseng root on the night of a new moon, it will cry like an infant and leave blood in the earth when it's torn free. The parallels to European mandrake myths are clear, and it can be assumed this myth arose from cross-pollination from European immigrants. But perhaps on the night of the new moon, you should go out and dig up a ginseng root, see if it cries, and check the earth for its blood. For it could be that the myth spread not through legends passed down through immigrant families, but from the unsettling experience of these Appalachian foragers. So let's go to the next one. One of the most famous hauntings in North American history, the Bell Witch, was a strange entity that plagued the citizens of the Red River region of Tennessee in the early 1800s. Many strange phenomena have been attributed to the witch throughout the years, but the most famous was the haunting of the Bell family. It started out as a typical haunting, with unnatural sounds echoing throughout the house after sundown, and the appearance of a strange mammal that no one could identify or capture. Unlike other hauntings though, these acts quickly escalated to attacks on the family, and in particular, the daughter, Elizabeth Bell. She was constantly covered in bruises from the spirit's abuse. The spirit could frequently be heard speaking through the walls, its disembodied voice mocking the family and any visitors, and eventually escalated to giving full-blown hallucinations to those dwelling in the Bell House. I wonder if this is going to come in handy, knowledge-wise, with our house that we're living in at the moment. I wonder if Tabitha's got any bruises from any spirits. Though this haunting ended in the early 1800s, its activity continued in the region for many decades. It could be that the entity known as Bell Witch may still dwell in the Red River region to this day. Tommyknockers originated in Cornish mythology, spreading to the United States when Cornish immigrants began working in Appalachian mines. They're named for the knocking that can be heard from seemingly within the walls before a cave-in. According to some, the knocking serves as a benevolent warning. Others believe that the creatures take stolen hammers to the supports of mines and collapse them on whoever is unfortunate enough to be still inside. They are traditionally thought to be impish, leprechaun-like beings, but some claim they are the spirits of dead miners, forever cursed to haunt their final resting place. All of these are strangely very relevant to what we've witnessed around the time. We've got the cave, we've got the house, we've got those, see the silvery grey creatures. There was a hunter who lived in a tiny cabin in the middle of the woods, all alone with his hunting dog. One night, after a particularly bad week of hunting, both their stomachs empty, the hunter spied something out the corner of his eye. Some small creature had gotten into the cabin through a hole, and before he could even figure out what it was, he'd drawn his gun and fired at this thing, his hunger guiding his actions. But it was quick, and ran back through its hidey hole and out of sight, leaving only its long black tail shot off by the hunter's rifle. "Guess this will have to do," he said to the dog, and threw the tail in a pot to cook a soup. This one has loads of pictures, that's interesting. He and his dog ate well that night, the tail filling them both up. The hunter crawled into bed satisfied, and his dog curled up at his feet. He woke up to the sound of long nails scrabbling across wood. His dog was nowhere in sight, only a rumpled spot on the covers where he'd been. And in the gloom he saw two big yellow eyes staring right at him. "I want my Talipo." A high hoarse voice croaked from the darkness. "Go away," he screamed at the thing. But it stepped closer to him, still shrouded in darkness, the sound of long claws dragging across hardwood accompanying its movements. "I want my Talipo," the creature growled again. "I'll get my dog after you," the hunter squeaked, his voice catching in his throat with fear. But there was no dog to be seen. "I want my Talipo." Before the hunter could so much as scream, the creature leapt from the darkness, long claws stretched out towards the hunter. No one is sure what the creature did to him that night, but the next morning, all that remained of the hunter, his dog, and his cabin was a chimney, standing alone in the woods. And then we've got Hunter, the hunter reference, the hunter we've just worked with. You're done here. You close the book and put it back, and we have one more book to go, so that is Flip Through Historical Buildings of Scarlet Hollow. Historical Buildings of Scarlet Hollow. Just the thought of reading a book like this would probably put most people to sleep. But you've got a mystery to solve, and to solve it, you need to know everything there is to know about this town. Okay, never mind. We have quite a few bits to go through. The Scarlet Estate. The Scarlet Estate, inarguably the most striking piece of architecture in Scarlet Hollow, and the most elaborate and elegant estate in the region prior to the construction of Biltmore in 1895. Andrew Jackson Scarlett chose the location to be atop a hill in Scarlet Hollow's geographic centre, so it might be seen from the town below. This is what it used to look like. I wonder what happened to the earth it was built upon, like the hill. It remains a constant reminder of the family who carved Scarlet Hollow from the wilderness and provided wealth and prosperity to its residents. the Hiram Scarlett Memorial Hospital. First used as a field hospital during the Civil War, it was named for Silas Scarlett's eldest son, who perished in the bloody conflict. It still stands at the end of what it is now the residential district of Scarlett Hollow, and has served the health of the community for over 100 years. In the late 1800s, as the town prospered from a coal boom, additions were built onto the house, and it was opened as a change of air clinic, bringing in prestigious clientele from around the world. They believed the fresh mountain air would do them well, and Scarlett Hollow became a tourist destination for patients of all afflictions. The clinic still operates to this day as a doctor's office, and stands as a building of cultural significance. I don't think we've seen the doctor's office yet, so I wonder if that's a place we can go and visit. The Scarlett Coal Mines. The original mining facility is no longer standing, having been destroyed in the collapse of 1918. Though the new facility, outfitted with all the cutting-edge technologies of the industry, is in itself a fine example of practical construction, the first iteration of the mining camp was a true product of its time, and what few photographs exist are an interesting peek back at a different era. One can still visit the site of the original Scarlett coal mine, though all that remains are a few abandoned tunnels closed off to the public. Abandoned tunnels, perfect for creatures to go live in. The Tremaine Homestead. Situated on the edge of Scarlett Hollow's farmlands, the Tremaine Homestead was one of the earliest settlements in Scarlett Hollow, predating even the town's famous coal mines. For many decades, the Tremaine family maintained the largest farm in Scarlett Hollow, but a break in the family led them to split the land in two, and the homestead along with it. Despite the many changes made to the two halves of the Tremaine homestead in the subsequent decades, the original log structures are still visible and maintained to this day. They are undoubtedly the oldest buildings left standing in Scarlett Hollow. One of the first buildings constructed by the Scarlett family, the Scarlett Hollow First Baptist Church, still sits in its original foundation. Though the building was constructed to accommodate the influx of citizens during the Scarlett Hollow coal boom of the late 1800s, attendance has dwindled since the infamous mine collapse of 1918. And while the building may have fallen into disrepair, its simple vaulted ceilings still evoke awe to anyone who enters. And Town Hall. Silas Scarlett personally funded the Town Hall's construction as the first municipal building in the then small community of Scarlett Hollow. It has stood at the end of Main Street since before the Civil War, its white columned edifice withstanding the ravages of 1860 and continuing to stand to this day, a stunning piece of antebellum architecture. After the town of Scarlett Hollow switched to a dog-mare system. I feel like that's an American term I'm not familiar with, so I'm going to have a quick familiarization with that. Dog-mare. Meaning. Wait, did I actually have a dog as their mare? Am I reading this right? Wait, you could elect a dog to be mayor. Am I wrong here? That's all I can seem to find when I type in dog mare. After the town of Scarlett Hollow switched to a dog-mare system of governance in the 1920s, the building has been put into different use, although the upstairs still house the town's archives and a special ceremonial office for events with the mayor. Yeah, okay, so the mayor of Scarlett Hollow is a dog. Who's the mayor? You close the book and put it back. I think I'm all done. Let's check in. Read every entry in all 4 books at the library. We got an achievement for that. Alright, if we're going to go with what Kanika's mom told us last night, I think we could rule out any natural disasters as what brought the Ditchlings here. But not nuclear incidents. Looks like our state has a history of those. What about you? Find anything? It is a handsome black cat! Before you can respond, a handsome black cat leaps onto the table. Stella quickly slams her book shut. Ah, hey Pixel. Look at that, look at her little face. Look how proud that cat looks of itself. Look how proud Pixel looks. You might want to close your book. He loves to rip up any paper he can find. Don't worry, little guy, I didn't forget your treats. Why does Gretchen look so put off by this? Pixel immediately goes to town on Stella's treats. Ah, you're very happy. Sorry if Pixel's bothering you. Hopefully he hasn't gobbled up any of our books. He can't stand the thought that people may pay attention to anything that isn't him. Why'd you let a paper shredder freely wander a library? No, it's fine. Pixel can be here if Pixel wants to be here. Leave Pixel be. You decide to leave Pixel be. The cat curls up on the table, fast asleep. Oh, very cozy. Alright, I'd better go back to shelving. Let me know if you all need anything. Okay, so... Ooh, let's talk about historical buildings of Scarlet Hollow. And you look with Rosalina. Stella, what was that you were just saying about a nuclear instance? Do you think there's a cult here? Talk about Veins of Scarlet, talk about Solar Scarlet, talk about Appalachian folk monsters. Do you think Wayne factors into any of this? Why don't we just help look for Rosalina? What do you all think? Okay, so let's start off from the very top. Alright, let's talk about historical buildings of Scarlet Hollow. Oh my god, you read that? That book was an assignment. That book was assigned as a punishment if we misbehaved in my school. It's an excellent sleep aid. NyQuil and melatonin have nothing on historical buildings of Scarlet Hollow. Rumor has it, nobody has read it from cover to cover. You guys are missing out, that's one of my favourite books here. Such rich history. Guess we're kindred spirit sucks. Yeah. Haha, yeah, I read the boring book. If we're serious about solving this mystery, we have to learn as much as we can about the town's past. Look, this town has deep lore, and I am here for all of it. Stella, when were you going to tell me that the mayor is a dog? I do want to know about that. What happened to the estate? Why don't people go to church here? Even the hospital here is named after my family. The Tremaine homestead seems like the only thing here that doesn't have the Scarlet name stamped on it. But the coal mines, yeah, it's so boring. I could hardly get through the first couple of pages. No, we read the whole thing. These are the two I want to go for. Look, this town has deep lore and I'm here for all of it. Oh, definitely. I brought this book here for a reason. I'm just surprised someone finally got through it. Stella, when were you going to tell me the mayor's dog? Darn, I was hoping it'd be a surprise. Scarlet Hollow hasn't had a human mayor since the 1920s. Yeah, if you're hoping the mayor might be able to help us out, here you're out of luck. I want to know more about the dog mayor. I thought, I thought it was a term I wasn't familiar with, but no, it's actually just a dog. What happened to the estate? At some point, the hill it was built on started falling apart. I think it's pretty stale at this point now. It doesn't look very stable to me. Is it, Stella? You've seen the place. And half of it is still mostly okay. I don't care for that. Even the hospital here is named after family, I don't know about that. The Tremaine homestead seems like the only thing that doesn't have the Scarlet name stamped on it. Yeah, they've been around for these parts even longer than your family though. They're the Tremaines and the Callaways now. They literally split the farmhouse in half over that schism. Duke, rest his soul, was one of the last two Callaways left. I guess it's just down to Bo now. I can't imagine what he's going through right now. That's interesting. Okay, so because we get to ask all about this, let's might as well go through everything. So, why don't people go to church here? We've just never really had a good pastor around these parts, not as long as I've been around at least. And I'm not really much of a church person anyways, who has the time? The building gives off a weird vibes too, and not in a fun haunted way. Yeah, I just wanted to know. Even the hospital here is named after my family. I know it's in the name, but calling it a hospital is generous. Right now it's a one-woman medical clinic. If any serious emergencies happen these days, we've got to call an ambulance from out of town. That's kind of surprising considering the fact you used to house all these people for medical emergencies, that people used to come here willingly to go and get the fresh air and everything in. Very interesting that. That's where Reese and his mom live. She's the town doctor, though these days she doesn't really see a lot of patients. So about the coal mines here. Kanika visibly shudders. I get cold sweats just thinking about being in a place like that. I feel for the guys who have to work up there. I could never. Speak for yourself. I love a good crevasse. What happened after the mine collapse? A union busting mine collapse from poor working conditions, colour me shocked. Maybe ditchings are the full time of the collapse. What if the ditchings are coming from the mines? What if there's something toxic in the mines poisoning the town? Wayne seems sick. I'm not sure how they tie in, but the mines seem important. The whole town is built around them. The mines seem too obvious. It's got to be something else. What happens after the mine collapse? The book kind of just glosses over that. There was a union for a little bit, but it didn't last. There's not a whole lot written about the past century here. Yeah, the Scarlet Hollow mine isn't exactly the most ethically run business. No offense or anything, I'm sure Tabby runs the mines better than Charles Shaw did. Still hasn't let the union in though. There's a reason she and I don't talk. So you don't like Tabitha? History tends to be written by winners. Maybe there's more to Charles Shaw's story. History tends to be written by winners. Maybe there's more to Charles Shaw's story than these dusty old books are letting on. Normally, I'd be glad to agree with you there, but we're not talking about old-timey coal boss. I'd be shocked if he wasn't cutting corners. Socks does make a fair point. Shaw was certainly a problematic figure, but there might be more for those details that lost to time. Thank you for the backup. Sure, but the guy was run out of town on a rail. And that's not a figure of speech. Back then, they actually tied you to a rail and ran you out of town. There's a big mural of it over on the far wall. That's what that was. Oh, I thought there was someone injured. He got off easy if you ask me. I don't want to kind of make presumptions, but I'm not sure how they tie in, but the mines seem important. The whole town is built around them. Maybe the ditchlings were warning us about another collapse. Writing it down on a list of potential disasters. Yeesh, Stella, that's morbid. And besides, it was all Charles Shaw's fault. The labour market is way more strict now. There's no way he could go away with the kind of safety cutbacks he pulled. Y'all don't think the mines are about to collapse, right? No. Phew, had me worried for a second there. I hate to give Tabitha any credit, but the money's safer now than it was back then. You never know. There's nuclear incidents. We can't really do anything about that if that's what's occurring. So, Appalachian folk monsters. That is interesting about Wayne being a Tobynocker. My mum used to tell me that Talipo story back when I was little. I can't believe I forgot that one. It scared me so bad I didn't eat soup for years. I thought a monster might try and dig it out of my stomach if I did. I didn't read sort of that one, but one of the ones I grew up with was the finger in the soup. I think it was like the finger in the soup. That they found a human finger and they put it in the soup. And they ate it and then a person came by trying to find their finger. I feel like that's something I grew up with. I love that one. There's an old chimney in the woods that I used to think was the chimney from Talipo. The one that was left after the thing did whatever it did. Now I know that's just because chimneys don't burn down, and wooden houses do. That doesn't mean it's not the chimney from Talipo. I've camped out there a couple of times and I've seen some pretty spooky stuff. Yeah, I watched that video. You saw raccoons. You're gonna get rabies one of these days, chasing after wildlife like that. What can I say? I like to live on the edge. Hopkinsville goblins were silvery, small and travelled in a pack. There's a lot of similarities to ditchlings there. Those are 100% confirmed aliens though. Unless... The Hobskin-filled goblins were just a couple of owls, drug farmers saw at 3 a.m. They're not aliens. And before you say it, no, ditchlings aren't aliens either. It doesn't matter if either of them are aliens. What matters is there are similarities between them. The whole mountain thing we saw last night was consistent with stories about aliens. Who's to say ditchlings aren't aliens? It seems more plausible than them being supernatural. All I'm saying is there's a precedent for this physical description. It's a starting point. All I'm saying is there's a precedent for the physical description. It's a starting point. Fair enough. Pompous cats kind of sound like they could be mountain lions. Voiced like a woman crying out, somewhere between person-sized and cat-sized. Definitely, they are 100% mountain lions. Kiniki, you know there's no mountain lions up here. I thought you were supposed to be a skeptic. But the myths are old, right? Mountain lions didn't go extinct in the Appalachians that long ago. Those legends just haven't died off yet. Almost every cryptid can be tracked to either a hoax or someone getting confused about a perfectly normal animal, sometimes both. Bigfoot, for instance, started as a prank, then folks saw bears walking around on their hind legs and got freaked out, and now here we are. You'll eat those words when I get the first clear footage of Bigfoot. If you manage that, I'll print out a piece of paper that says Bigfoot isn't real and literally eat it, I promise. I'm holding you to it. I wanna ask, do you think Wayne is a Tommyknocker? Maybe he's the ghost of a dead miner? There's something seriously wrong with the guy, and we should definitely look into it, but I don't think he's a ghost. Yeah, ghosts tend to be tied to a specific place. Maybe he's haunting the whole town. He's not a ghost because ghosts aren't real. I've also seen him, touch stuff. The Bell Witch sounds terrifying. Yeah, no kidding. Thankfully, she isn't real. There's some striking similarities between Mothman and Ditchlings. Both of them are portents of doom. Mothman, love that guy. There's a whole subgenre of cryptids that serve as bad omens, but the disaster angle is definitely a clear connection. Maybe Mothman is what happens when a Ditchling is all grown up. But they're already reproducing. And they don't have wings, and they're pale and blobby. Huh. They have a certain caterpillar vibe, don't they? That's a good show, Kanika! Why am I even engaging on you with this? Portents of doom aren't real. Why is the Jersey Devil even in this book? The Pine Barrens are specifically not in Appalachia. Because he's cool? The Jersey Devil is like the granddaddy of North American cryptids. And it's kind of close to Appalachia. Back when I was a kid, I always wanted to pet one. Still, you gotta have more self-preservation. Let's just do just for the conversation. I have heard of mandrakes, but they're very similar. I've never heard of ginseng babies before this. Oh yeah, that myth is pretty buried. The author managed to unearth it for this book. Get it? Oh, to get out the ground, yes. But seriously, whoever wrote this book definitely stretched things out so they could include some of their favourite stuff. Like how the Jersey Devil is in it. Have you seen what ginseng roots look like though? Creepy stuff. Creepy, but incapable of screaming. Yeah, that's one of those things I don't even buy into. I just realised, I hope we can keep this little creature safe as well, because they seem to attack mainly animals. Let's move on. Okay, let's talk about Sulla Scarlet. So, Sulla Scarlet. What a revisionist biography. Really glosses over all the war crimes to paint a picture of a self-made man. It's a perfect example of why you should use multiple sources of research instead of trusting the first thing you read on the subject. Yep, dude was a monster. Sorry you related to him. Do you think the Ditchlings are here for retribution? Terrible person. I don't really feel. Do you think the Ditchlings are here for retribution? That seems tenuous. Assuming Kanika's mom is right, they're here as an omen, not because they're going to do something themselves. And I think I know how I feel on the matter. The mind's the obvious common thread between everything we've researched. Between Wayne, the old collapse, and the fact that the whole town's practically been built around them. They're the smartest place to start our investigation. Good idea. There's an awful lot of mind-related stuff in my notes. We could poke around to see if anyone's seen anything weird. Just to clarify, you two are suggesting we go to question some of the miners, right? We are not poking around unprepared in the actual mines, right? I don't know, we might poke around in them, Kanika. Right? Yeah, totally, 100%. I would never. We don't have a good reason to go down there. Good. Let's keep it that way. You know how I feel about mines. I promise, Sneaks, we're just going to question some of the miners. And if that questioning gives us a good reason to poke around, say a cool abandoned coal mine, then we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. You can cross that bridge when we come to it. I'm not going underground. I'm just messing with you. We'll stick to the surface. Yeah, and hopefully we can find out what happened to Wayne while we're at it. Maybe Tabitha can help us out? Tabitha's been okay with us. Ha! I don't think she'd be super jazzed to see any of us snooping around the mines. I can't imagine what she'd do if we actually bothered her while she's trying to run the place. She does get a little grumpy when she's at work. She gets grumpier at work. I'm pretty sure snark is that girl's baseline level of existence. Chatting over dinner might be a better way to get to know her. To be fair, guys, like, she's still our cousin, and like, I'm not gonna say anything negative about our cousin. Not because she's our cousin, but because she has asked us to come to her funeral, she's put us up in the house, and it's clear factors that she seems like she cares about us. So until she does something that's gonna teeter me in the direction of her being bad, I'm gonna just be I don't wanna say anything bad about her. If you're okay eating boxed mac and cheese. So everyone knows about that addiction. We can sneak around the mines, no problem. I'll make sure to keep my eyes peeled for her. She won't even know we're there. Look at us going out in a caper together. I missed this. I missed it too. I mean, sure, it's not under the best circumstances, but I've been so wrapped up in running the store, I didn't realize how much I'd missed being able to hang out with you. Though, there is something missing. Reese! I really missed that dude. I can't believe how long it's been since we've seen each other. Have you seen him lately? No, but I tried to plan stuff, but he's been too sick. I didn't realize it's getting so bad, that poor guy. You know, we could just pop over and surprise him. He seemed excited to meet Sux. Maybe we'll finally get him to leave his little cave. Hell yeah, let's do it. Alright, let's roll out. See you, Oscar. We'll let you know if you run into Rosalina. Thanks, guys. I'll keep you posted. But we didn't get to have a scone? Reese's home stands at the edge of the forest wall, an isolated buffer cushioning the rest of the town from an unending wilderness. Unlike several of the other entries in historical buildings of Scarlet Hollow, this one still looks mostly like it did in the book. Reese, it's Stella. I brought some buddies too. I like how she carries. Shh, not so loud. He's still sleeping. Can I help you with something? The woman in the doorway stares directly into your eyes. You can practically feel her simmering irritation washing over you. Hi, Dr. Kelly. We were wondering if it'd be okay for Reese, if Reese could come out and hang out. Nothing strenuous, we promise. I'm not going to wake him up. If he's sleeping, he probably needs it. Whatever you two have planned is probably beyond what you can manage right now, anyways. I haven't said anything about this, but I love Kanika's look. That's so cool. Look like the mesh jacket and their little hat. I love it. Oh no, poor Reese. It's just been so long since either of us have gotten the chance to hang out with him. I'm sure he and Socks would get along super well too. Offer her your boiled peanuts. Yeah, I'm sure she would love them. I'm sure she'd be super grateful. Wow, you've done a really incredible job maintaining this place. I'm not going to do that. We're just going for a light walk, and I've heard such great things about your son. Hi, Sux. I'm Vivian. Hi, Sux. Hi, I'm Sux, Vivian's kid. Stella, if Reese is that sick, we shouldn't be dragging him along on adventures. Yeah, but I might lie. I might lie to see because if his friends popped round, I'm sure he'd probably want to see them. Let's go for it. Stella's right. We're just going for a light walk, and I've heard such great things about your son. I'm only in town for a few more days, and it'd be a shame if I didn't get the chance to meet him. Dr. Kelly looks you up and down and sighs. Alright, you win. He's usually feeling his best around mid-afternoon. Why don't you come over tomorrow? We can have some supper and you can hang out for a bit. I don't promise he'll be perky, but I'm sure I'll brighten his spirits to see you two again. She just cares about her son. She just wants to make sure that he's safe and healthy. And she must be stressed, running this place. They said that not many people go here, but she still has to be available for calls and stuff. I wonder if she's going to get the body of, I wonder if she's going to get his body, actually. I'm sure he'll be happy to meet you, Sux. That would be great. I can bring a side dish. Maybe deviled eggs? Does he still eat those? No, eggs are a little too much for him. They don't settle well. You can leave the cooking to me. I know what he can handle. Okay, I'll bring soda then. That's not... Okay, yes, she can bring soda. Nothing with caffeine. Ginger ale, preferably. Oh, and leave the dog at home. No! She might cheer him up, They have those furry dogs in hospital. No dogs. Thanks so much, Dr. Kelly. We'll stop bothering you now. See you later. I feel like that was a bad decision because of the fact we have to leave Gretchen behind. Dr. Kelly nods in acknowledgement and quickly shuts the door. The sound of several locks clicking into place can be heard from within. God, that woman makes me so nervous. I remember she used to be so nice and carefree when we were kids. She always had the best stickers when we had to get our shots. Maybe she's just stressed out about Reese. Or maybe she's just nice to kids. Either way, I guess it's just the three of us. You gonna drive? Yeah, sorry, I don't like the thought of going up there without the van. Cool, I'll take my shortcut then. It shouldn't take me long to get there. You're welcome to tag along, Sux. Don't worry, I won't be offended if you'd rather ride with Kanika. I'm sure you're probably sick of the woods. Either way works for me. I want to kind of go with Stella, because if she's going to have to go through the woods, I'd rather her be... I'm not going to dig into it, she doesn't want to talk about it. I think I'm going to walk with Stella. I'll walk with Stella. We'll meet you there. Into the woods again. Walk with Stella to the mines. The woods are calm and serene compared to last night, though you can't help but get the feeling that danger lurks just beyond the trees. Hey, thanks for coming with us. With Gretchen and me, I mean. I hope I haven't seemed too cold about everything that happened last night. The truth is that I'm barely keeping myself together. I just don't know how to let it out. Yeah, this is why I wanted to come along with Stella, because Stella's been in the house alone overnight, and we haven't had a chance to kind of catch up and see how she's doing with everything. Jude died out there last night, and I can't stop thinking about how it might have been my fault. If only I'd died for that flashlight. If only I didn't drag you along into the woods. Stella pauses, searching for what to say. It's like there's this guilt boiling under my skin, but the only way I can process what happened is by turning off the part of me that feels things. When I'm around other people, it's like I think of Duke dying as just a thing that happened. Like it's just a part of another video. Because if I actually admit to other people that I feel something, then I'd have to admit to myself that what happened is my fault. It's not your fault. You couldn't have known that you were gonna, that those creatures would be there, or that we'd find the chicken in that state. None of that stuff you could have predicted. Of course it's not your fault. I don't know how to break this to you, but if you didn't hesitate last night, we might have... I'm not saying that's terrible! You were so collected in the library. What happened? What happened, but we can move forward together. Tough enough. I can't have you falling apart on me this week. The thing is that, we can't change the circumstances of what happened. I don't want to say, of course it's not your fault, because I feel like it's not her fault, but I think she's just going to continue blaming herself. I don't think the words will help there. But what happened happened, we can move forward together. What happened happened, and we can question our decisions and blame ourselves for what happened until the cows come home. Or we can move forward together. Thanks, Sarks, you're right. I should be better at taking my own advice. See, I feel like that's sort of the type of tone we needed to take, so I'm happy you chose that. I'm glad we could talk about this though. I can't imagine what it'd be like to go through something like last night alone. The conversation comes to a dramatic halt, with you, Stella, and Gretchen all whirling around to face the source of the sound. Oh, it's a pretty bird! Whoa, calm down, girl, it's just a bird. The same goes... We don't have a harness on. Why would we not have her harness on? The same probably goes for the two of us. I guess we're all a little on edge. It's got a little twig, it's gonna go build its nest. Let's hurry up to mine, it shouldn't be much farther. Kanika casually leans against her van as you and Stella emerge from the woods. Hey. You'll have a good walk? Yeah, it was great. I mean, not that you were missing out on anything. You didn't run into any of those creatures, did you? Why is Gretchen's face so goofy? Nope. That makes sense. They're probably nocturnal. I don't know if I should feel relieved or disappointed. But we're all here. What's the plan? I guess we just go talk to people. I guess so. I should probably be on lookout duty. I'm a bit of a persona non grata in the mines. Tabitha. Yeah, I might have tried sneaking in to talk to her a time or two too many. And Gretchen makes it extra hard to be sneaky. Gretchen, who's gradually making her way through. We're probably less likely to get caught if only one of us is snooping around down here. If Stella's on lookout duty and only one of us is going in, what's the third person doing? I take it I'm the one of us you're talking about? I called dibs. I love to do a good sneak. I've got this. I'm not interested in sneaking around. I'm going to find my cousin. Talking to people scares me. You should do it, Kanika. If Stella's on lookout duty and only one of us is going in, what's the third person doing? You know those cheesy rom-coms where someone wears an earpiece on their first date? Whoa, do you have some kind of surveillance rig in the back of your truck van? I didn't know about? What? No. I have a pair of earbuds with a really good mic. We can just do a group call. I take it I'm the one of us you're talking about? Tabitha and I aren't exactly friends, and pretty much all of the miners shop at the general store, and I want to make folks uncomfortable, you know? It's probably for the best, Sax. I don't really want to sneak around with Tabitha's sight. I wonder if we should just go straight to Tabitha. Oh god, I'm gonna try it. I'm not interested in sneaking around, I'm gonna go find my cousin. Whoa, really? You can't? Why not? Do I even need to answer that question? She's rude and defensive, and she hates it whenever people get up in her business. I don't think I'd use those exact words, but Kanika isn't wrong. Tipping Tabby off is probably a one-way ticket to getting kicked out before we can figure out what's going on. Ooh, we can be kind of aggressive. You're probably right. I'll stick to the plan. Phew, that's a relief. Here's those earbuds I mentioned earlier. Kanika hands you a pair of earbuds. We can feed you questions if you get stuck, and Stella can give you a heads up if Tabitha's heading your way. Dang, I've missed doing this sort of thing with you. You're so thorough. Aw, thanks, I do my best. I guess we should part ways and start the call, yeah? Alright, I guess I'm on my lonesome. Stella and Kanika break off, leaving you alone at the entrance to the mines. Your phone buzzes. Hey! Can you hear us? Try saying something. Something. Stella and Kanika chuckle on your friend of the line. Alright, cool. Nothing to do now but enter the worksite. You pass through the unlocked fence and enter the property of Scarlet Hollow Mine. To be fair, if Tabitha spots us, we could always pretend that we're here because we're curious. She might not get too mad, maybe. You pass through the unlocked fence and into the property of Scarlet Hollow Mine. I'm in. Approached. I'm in. Alright, Morpheus. Good to know. Ooh, okay. Save. I'm not gonna go straight there. I'm gonna go to approach the nearest group of miners. You approach the nearest group of miners, a blonde woman, a broad-shouldered man, and an old-timer. Their uniforms identify them as Harrison, Davis, and Zax. You got a reason to be bothering us. Ooh. So, I met this guy on the bus, wore a beanie and a shirt that said, I want to, yeah. He said he had some friends working up in the mines here. Does this have anything to do with what's going on in town? A lot of people wear beanies. I could get rid of the boiled peanuts here. But at this point I'm curious to see how long I can keep a hold of them for. He also talked about how he used to push joggers into the Baltimore harbor. Does that ring any bells? None. Not a clue. Yeah, I think I'd remember someone like that. Seen anything weird lately? The miners look you up and down. Weird. How? Ooh, any knocking in the mines? Any weird noises from, like, weird animal sightings? Nope. You've been talking to that townie. The one the boss gave a left-hand ban to? Wait, are they talking about me? Yeah, she's like a Bigfoot YouTuber or something. Her videos are actually pretty good. Yep, that's me, alright. Oh, that's so sweet. But, you know, now that I think about it, it's pretty weird. I haven't been seeing many animals at all lately. Used to be able to see all sorts of critters, but now it's mostly birds. This is your first year up here, ain't it? Just not used to the seasons changing. All the animals are hibernating, that's all. I don't know, she's got a point. I've been up here 5 years now, it's never been like this before. Huh. Maybe it's like global warming then. Do you think they're calling it... I think they're calling it climate change now. Have you had any knocking in the mines? I can barely hear nothing when the machines are going down there. He's right, it's loud, it's super loud, and it does sound like knocking, though the way the machine pounds through the rock, I'm not sure if that's what you're thinking. You're not asking about Tommy knockers, are you? Tommy what now? Tommy knockers, they're like an old Welsh myth. Little guys that live in mines and knock on the walls before they collapse. Nothing like that around here. I'm not gonna ask about people getting sick, so that feels like it's gonna... Have you had any weird noises coming from the woods? Not a peep. We're underground most of the day though. You know, I heard something unusual the other night. It might have been an owl or something, but it didn't sound right. She seems like she'd probably be open to asking questions too. It was an owl, you're just not used to the local wildlife yet. I've got a couple of other questions. Ask them about Wayne. Do you know anything about a guy named Wayne? Yeah, we knew him. He was such a cut-up. Miss that dude. What happened to him? The miners shift for a moment, uncomfortably glancing at one another. Isn't that the guy you all said was, He's gone. That's all that matters. Oh, I'm gonna press them. But I don't want to regret it, so I'm saving. What happened to him? What are you, some sort of cop? I keep on the download, but I'm working for a competitor, a unionised competitor. We're thinking about paying Miss Scarlet out of mines. Yeah, I'm a cop and I'm looking for what happened in Twain. Top of covers and just tell me what happened. Oh no, okay. That feels cruel. It feels a little cruel. I don't want to impersonate a cop because the police are already kind of weird about us. This feels a bit weird as well. Just tell me what happened. Remain silent. Just tell me what happened. Hey, Zax, come on now. No, I've been here decades longer than you. I know bait when I see it. Let's get out of here. Our shift's about to start anyway. Sorry. The miners pack up their things and leave. Aha! Gosh. You head over to the next group of miners. So you stop in your tracks. Oh. Wayne. Is it Wayne? You stop in your tracks, a shiver running up your spine as an unfortunately familiar voice calls out to you. You shouldn't be up here. You shouldn't be up here. It's dangerous. Why? Was that you? Okay, so we got a range of options. Attack him, run, stop stalking me. Why are you following me? Do you need help? Was that you in the garden this morning, Ghost? Why are you following me? You don't have to be afraid of me. Stay home. Wait for the week to end. Don't keep putting yourself in the path of danger. This is all I ask. Interesting! Okay, so I have a suspicion about Wayne. Do you think Wayne could have been our dad? Because we have no information about our father at all. We only have information about our mom. And the mom moved out of town. Why would the mom move out of town want nothing to do with the mines? Could it be that something happened to Wayne? And who was our dad? And that's the reason she left in the first place. Hey, Socks, are you still there? We've just been getting static from you. Oh, don't mind me, our new friend just stopped by to say hello. Oh, whoa, I thought I saw you. What? Whoa, I thought I saw you talking to someone down there. Are you okay? He told me to stay at the estate for the rest of the week. I wonder why. He told me to stay at the estate for the rest of the week, that I'd be safe there. Why would he tell me that? What the hell is that supposed to mean? He must have been threatening you, right? The plot thickens. I need to talk to Tabitha about this. She deserves to know that the creep is lurking around the mines. Totally get that. If you're sure, tipping her off may make it hard to talk to anyone else. No, you're right. I'm gonna talk to more miners. Hey there, can we help you with something? Have you fellas seen anything out of the ordinary lately? Like what? Odd noises in the woods? I heard something a few nights ago, like nothing I've ever heard, some unearthly beast. I'm telling you, Isaac, you need to take a sick day, you need rest, man. I've already taken a sick day this year, I can't afford to take any more if I want to have Christmas off. Tabitha, it can't be that bad here, right? Weird animal site? Have you seen any weird animals? Don't tend to go on many hikes, not exactly the nature scene type. After a full day of work, all I see is my bed, maybe a few beers in between. Have you had any knocking in the mines? Knocking? Not that I've heard. Can't hear anything down there with the machines and men working. My dad used to work in his mines before they brought in a continuous miner, the big machine that is. He told me something that sounded like someone was pounding on the walls. No offense, Isaac, but your dad had a few screw loose. That's a bit mean. Rodriguez, he was a fine man. Have people been getting sick? You a health inspector or something? The boss looks out for our health. That's all on that front, thanks. Anything else? Do you know this guy I met on the bus? He said he has some friends up here. Here we go again. You gotta tell us about this guy later, Sucks. Maybe, what's he like? You tell a group of miners about your encounter on the bus yesterday. I think I'd probably remember someone like that. Yeah, he's no friend of mine, that's for sure. Never met him. Don't know him. It's settled then. Your mystery bus stranger is a ghost. Or maybe he was lying about knowing people here. Or his friends were here for a bit and left town. Sure, those are perfectly rational explanations, but so is a bus ghost. All equally rational theories. Aren't you ghost skeptical? How's a bus ghost a rational explanation here? Part of being ghost skeptical is keeping an open mind towards all manner of potential paranormal encounters. Do any of you know a man named Wayne? Wayne? You mean Sam Wayne? What are you asking about him for? Wait, have you seen him? He's been following me. Oh, thank God, everyone thought he was dead. No, hold on, creepy doesn't exactly sound like Wayne, does it? How do you notice him? And that's what the folks at the general store have been calling him. Kanika and Sybil. Good people, but I don't expect to know every mining fella in town by sight if you catch my drift. Smith, you're losing me. I'm just saying it'd be awfully strange for Wayne to still be in town, wandering around following some stranger and not checking in with any of his buddies. Sounds to me like someone who got sick of work and is having a little fun playing hooky. The following though. Okay, that does sound a little like him. I thought his lady friend had him under lock and key. Just smells fishy to me. Until I see him face to face, I'm not convinced whoever is calling himself Sam Wayne ain't the very reason we haven't seen hide nor hair of the man. No, there's no way. He's not. He can't be. I'm not ruling it out. If you want my theory that a girlfriend of his, he wasn't the first to catch her eye. Any one of his jilted ex-lovers could have seen him sneaking around and got a little hot under collar, if you catch my meaning. Tank, who are they talking about? The miners are silent for a moment, glancing between each other nervously as imagining a possibility. I told him not to get involved with her. I told him. Who was Wayne seeing? Whoa now, if you don't know, there's no way I'm poking that what's nest. Forget we said anything. Yeah, I don't want to be next on the chopping block. Leave it. I won't press you on it. Good. Because we learned that from the last ones. What do you guys think of Tabitha? Now why would you go and ask a question like that? Are you trying to insinuate something? Horrible woman. No, fellas, let's not go besmirching a fine gentle lady. If Smith is right, she's got a lot to answer for. Alright, fellas, we think we better call and get back to work before any of us say something we might regret. You're probably right. Hi, Isaacs. Should we check in? Just as a heads up, the only group I still see is pretty close to main office. It might still be worth talking to them, but I don't know if they'll give you all of that much warning if Tabitha comes out. I feel like Tabitha's worth talking to. I'm going to find Tabitha. I need to talk to her about this stuff. Good luck. I've got my eyes peeled. You make your way to the trailer in the middle of the camp. Hi guys, I'm going to hang up real quick. I don't want Tabitha to think I'm spying on her. You disconnect from the call before opening the door. I want to talk to your manager, visit Tabitha's office. You enter Tabitha's trailer and find her sitting at the desk, her head buried in her hands. What are you doing here? I can just leave if you want. No, you're already here. Might as well tell me what's so important. Ooh, there's some good options here. I didn't like how we left things off this morning. I think we left things pretty well this morning. Who... Gosh, there's some good options. Some very similar options to each other, but all of them kind of different ways of phrasing it. Who is Wayne? He keeps following me. I need you to take what's going on seriously. I need you to take me seriously. Someone's been following me. Who is Wayne? He keeps following me. Tabitha sighs. I don't know who you think has been following you, but it's not him. If you're going around asking questions about Sam Wayne, you're probably going to hear some rumours. Sam was friendly with me. He even came around to the estate a few times. And a lot of workers here just can't seem to get it over it. He disappeared, and despite what a lot of people seem to be insinuating, I don't know what happened to him. I don't even know if he's alive. Oh, so you were involved with Sam? That's interesting. So that's a completely different answer to what I was thinking. Oh, can you see all the stuff with Stella in the background? I just find it. Her waving, being all happy and stuff. It's like, if you see this girl, tell her to leave, and her little dog too. Are you the wicked whistle of the West? What's going on with that? And you get the October with little cats, the picture. We've got a lot of fly traps. Whatever, it's fine. I know it's easy to blame the mean boss for that sort of thing. But I digress. If someone's following you, you should just stay at the estate where it's safe. funny. He just told me the same thing a minute ago. I don't think the estate is safe. He was watching me from outside my room. If it isn't Wayne who's been following me, who is it? He's wearing a man's jacket. Ooh. If it isn't Wayne who's been following me, then who is it? He's wearing a man's jacket. How should I know? What am I, a detective? Look, if it'll make you feel better, I can ask some of my men about him. I doubt much will come of it, though. Not many employees want to get caught tattling to their boss. There are monsters in the woods, Tabitha. I know it's hard to take it this seriously, but we caught them on camera, and they're supposedly a portent of doom for the town. I'm not asking you to believe me, but I'm asking you to take me seriously. I don't know anything about monsters in the woods, but if there's some kind of doom coming from this town, it'll be because I'm not able to do my job. Coal is a tough industry. It sucks, as I'm sure you know. The seams in these hills aren't exactly untapped either. The mine has been operating for almost 200 years. It'll run dry at some point, maybe even in my lifetime, but I'll do whatever I have to if it means this place lasts just a little longer. I feel sorry for Tabitha because Tabitha's been kind of left to run this by herself, and she's got like no support system. Over 100 people work for me, and for each of those people, this is it. This is the best job they're ever going to get. I don't like doing layoffs. I don't like doing cuts. I don't like seeing my childhood home crumble around me. But every day I get up and do what needs to be done to save this town from ruin. Not that I believe anything when it comes to stellar monsters, but who cares if you two saw a harbinger of doom? I see that every day. You leave it at that. Look, I'm kind of swamped right now. I was actually getting ready for a big meeting when you walked in, but if you want, you can just wait here for an hour or so and I can swing back when I'm done to pick you up. Just don't go around bothering my men. Don't move a muscle. Don't so much as make eye contact with them. They're supposed to be working. I'll see you then. Tabitha leaves the room. As soon as she's gone, you place Kanika's earbuds back in your ears and redial the group. Hey, is everything good? I don't actually think Tabitha is hiding anything. I don't know if she is. Tabitha just asked. Tabitha was actually really helpful. Let's meet back up. I think that's the one I'm going to go with. She asked us, like, we already technically disobeyed what she's asked, but Tabitha was actually really helpful. Let's meet back up. Really? That's incredibly surprising. No use sticking around here. Head outside to continue your investigation. Head outside to regroup. I'm gonna press the second option. Actually. As you leave Tabitha's office, you take a moment to get your bearings, only to be interrupted by a sudden movement at the corner of your eye. A girl carrying a bundle of snacks pops through the hole in the fence and disappears over the crest of a hill. Is this the librarian's daughter? Hey, I just think I saw Rosalina. Yes. Wait, what? What is she doing here? Clearly she's doing a delinquency. She's doing a delinquency. She's probably fine. Kids will be kids, am I right? I'm going after her. We should call Oscar. This is a dangerous site. We should call Oscar. Let's handle that after we catch up with her. I don't know. I think we should call Oscar first. You rush over the hill and get your bearings. The sounds of active mining fading into the distance. Rosalina is nowhere to be found, but dusty footprints point towards the nearby mine, which doesn't look ominous as hell. She didn't. I guess the old Maxwell place doesn't cut it as a secret hangout spot these days. But the Shaw mine? That place was shut down like 100 years ago. After a collapse that killed over 100 people. And here I thought Stella was going to be the one to drag me into the abandoned coal mine. Have teens always been like this? I feel like I was really missed out my risk-taking years. That's probably accurate for me. I guess we should go after her, right? Maybe we should just wait outside. Have teens always been like this? I feel like I really missed out my risk-taking years. I never did anything like this. Yeah, I would never. Oh, she's like, Oh yeah, I would never do that. And she's like, oh, I did do that. Okay, maybe I poked my head in there a few times. Well, let's get in there before someone gets hurt. Whoa, are you sure you want to tag along, Neeks? Sox and I can handle this on our own. Yeah, I'm sure. As much as I hate confined spaces, I'm not about to let Rosalina get hurt in there. Even if that means I have to go underground. That's very brave. Oh, why did Gretchen's just little squished faces are going in? But that's very brave of Kanika, considering she doesn't. Excuse me. Excuse me. What is this? What is this up here? What? Are you going to follow us in? That's. Oh, I hate that. I hate that. Stella and Kanika disappear into the mines. Before you follow, you briefly wonder if you should let Tabitha know about this. I think someone needs to know that we're here. Oh gosh, I feel like I'm getting it in a bad books video first, but you pull out your phone and dial your cousin. What is it? You know I'm in a meeting. A kid just snuck into the show mine. I figured you should know. What? Are you serious? Why do things keep happening to me? Ugh, whatever, I'll head over there just as soon as I can. Just stay where you are and wait for me, alright? God, I don't even know why I'm trying to reason with you. It's not like you'll listen. I called you as a courtesy, but I'm not going to wait around for you. I'll happily wait. I do not want to go in there. No need to get snarky, I'll wait. No need to get snarky, I'll wait as a lie. I called you as a courtesy, but I'm not going to wait around for you. Call Tabitha to let her know about Rosalina, but don't wait for her. I swear to God. I'm sorry, but my mind's made up. You hang up the call. Follow Kanika and Stella into the mines. You take a deep breath and follow your new friends into the mine. I think that was the right decision. The inside of the mine is warmer than you'd expect, the air thick and wet. The ceiling hangs much lower than you are tall, forcing you and your companions to hunch over, your legs bent in a painful squat as you begin to navigate its maze of corridors. Hey, you made it! I told you she would. For a second, Kanika thought you were making a beeline for Tabby. I'm sorry, Stella. I'm gonna let you know, though. Actually, I kinda did. I called her before coming in. Are you kidding me? I don't know how long it's gonna take for this to get through to you, Sox, but that woman is not to be trusted. Well, whatever matters is the gang's all here. We'll find Rosalina in no time. The thing is that you keep telling me she's not to be trusted, but she's the whole reason I'm here in the first place. I have to give her the benefit of the doubt, and the whole reason she's trying to do as much as she is by herself is because she's trying to keep everyone's jobs afloat, so... As I said, until she does something that makes me not trust her, I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt. The deeper you progress into the mine, the heavier the air becomes. Coal dust hangs in thick clouds around you, even though this place was abandoned over a century ago. Jesus, it's crammed down here. Does anyone else's chest feel tight? Yeah, abandoned mines are far more claustrophobic than people expect them to be, and this one's real bad, you know, because of the child miners. Or should I say, the miners? Kanika visibly shudders. Okay, I'm not superstitious, but if there's one way to make sure you get haunted, it's cracking jokes about dead child miners, labourers, walking on their graves. I mean, like, she was just trying to make the situation lighter, but I also get Kanika's point. What can I say? I do my best to tempt the spirits wherever I go. I can't believe you'd come down here on purpose. Yeah, it was part of my ghost hunting phase. Jesus, Stella, the things you do for your viewers, did you find anything? I wish. If any place in Scarlet Hollow was actually haunted, it'd be this mine, hands down. But all I got was dust in my lungs and a couple of false alarms. Stella pauses as sound rushes overhead. Oh my god, what was that? The mine's going to collapse and we're all going to die here, aren't we? That's a reasonable reaction. Stella sighs longingly. Longingly? She sighs longingly for death. That's just how the wind sounds down here. You sound so disappointed. It just brings back memories of my last foray into these depths. Every time I thought I'd finally found a spooky ghost, there wound up being a very unghostly explanation. Like local wildlife, for instance. Stella turned her flashlight up towards the alcove overhead, upsetting the bats, who were trying to get some sleep. Those guys got me real good last time when I was here alone. Oh my god, there are bats down here. I'm going to get rabies, aren't I? I'm going to get rabies and die in a mine collapse. You holding up okay, Neeks? Yeah, sorry, I'm just a little on edge. Kanika stopped mid-sentence, by a thunderous knock echoing from deeper in the mine. Okay. Okay, what was that? That was... I have no idea what that was. Did that sound like knocking to you guys? It, sounds like rock shifting somewhere deeper in the mine. We should be careful. Let's go be in Tominaka. Be sure you'd find Rosalina. You're the bean babies. Those are just normal cave sounds. It sounds like rock shifting somewhere deep in the mine. We should be careful. It could be, or maybe it's Tominakas. Okay, no, Tominakas are not real. They're not allowed to be real. Are you trying to give me a panic attack? I'd love to spend some extra time poking around down here. Maybe it's got something to do with the mystery. The three of you are interrupted by a second, much less distinct sound of a can being popped open. Okay, now, that wasn't Tominakas. It came from this way. Follow me! Alright, guess we're following Stella. You and Kanika follow Stella further into the mine. Oh, you guys are gonna hate me when you find out that I've called Tabitha on you guys. You know what though? This is not the safest place for you kids to be hanging out. This is actually dangerous. What happened to people just hanging at like bus stops or near grocery stores, which is what a lot of kids would do where I was growing up. You breathe a sigh of relief as the tight passageways give way to a small cavern. A group of teens turn and stare at you with annoyance. Is your brother supposed to be here? Isn't he supposed to be at work? What the hell are you all doing in here? What the hell are you doing in here, you creeps? Are you stalking us? Yeah, creeps. I just said that, Alexis. If I wanted an echo, I'd go out into the Grand Canyon. If I wanted an echo, I'd yell into the Grand Canyon. What are you, 5? That's so aggressive. That's so like, what are you guys even doing down here? This is the most miserable place I've ever been to in my entire life. We're here to make sure you don't hurt yourselves. Your dad's looking for you, Rosalina. Chill out, Kanika. They're just teens. Let them have their fun. You know what? Your dad's looking for you, Rosalina. And who the hell are you exactly? That sucks. Tabby's cousin. I can't believe your dad sent people to follow you, Rosalina. That's messed up. I think that qualifies as harassment. You're right, Becca. It is messed up. I don't need him telling me where I can be. You could have at least checked in so he knows you're not dead. He loves you and worries about you. He's really not asking for much. Don't you kids have schools tomorrow anyways? It's fall break. And we're not kids. Yeah, we're teens. Those strawberry canned margaritas. Where did you even get those? The teens avoid eye contact. Miles tries to melt into the cavern wall. Oh, I know that isn't you, Miles. It had better not be you. Yeah, I swear he's supposed to be working right now. Yeah, whatever, it's me. What are you even doing here? Becca's right, you sound like you're stalking and harassing and all that. You're supposed to be minding the store. It's not like anyone comes in on Tuesdays and Mom's there, so it'll be fine. Eyes dart uncomfortably around the cavern as Kanika tears into her brother. It's not fine. It's incredibly not fine. Why do I always have to be the responsible one? Do you know what I would give to be as carefree as you? I'd have school so you would have a chance to live your life, and this is what you're doing with it. What would Dad think if he could see this? Stealing booze from the family store to dick around in an abandoned mine. You left school so that he would have a chance to live his life in his... You know what? Yeah, what are you doing? Yeah, but that must have been hard. Dad's dead, Kanika, but if he were here, he'd be disappointed you wound up being such a bossy jerk. Who cares if having canned margaritas somewhere nobody's supposed to bother us? Miles, don't try and twist this around on your sister. Both of you should cool it. There's no reason we can't all safely chill here together. I'd love to help you all sort this out, but maybe we could. But can we maybe not do it in the abandoned coal mine? Can you at least do your underage drinking somewhere a little safer? We should just let the kids have their fun. If these kids want to make their decisions, it's on them. If this is what you're all doing for fun around here, maybe the ditchings were kind of inevitable. I'd love to help you all sort this out, but can we maybe do it not in an abandoned coal mine? Oh, and what are you, an expert in mine safety? They only abandoned this place because there wasn't enough coal left to bother digging anymore. My dad told me, and he's the actual foreman at the continuous mining facility, so he knows what he's talking about. And the way they're both like, she's like, oh, for God's sake, and then like starts just actually rolling her eyes. Wait, I thought your dad was a charge hand. No, Alexis, he got promoted last month, and he says this place is totally safe and we can hang out here anytime he wants. Oh my god, that smile. Correction, your dad was a foreman at the continuous mining facility. We'll see if he even has a job tomorrow morning. What? Oh, shit. Oh, hey, Tabby. Kanika sighs. It's probably for the best that she's here. Do none of you understand what a boarded up mine entrance is supposed to mean? It means it's closed, condemned, not fit for human use. Oh, come on, this place is way sturdy. Check it out. Oh my god. Yeah, you guys are not qualified to be in here. Even if there was a slight edge of maybe you guys being here and it being entirely safe, his actions then just told you that it's not a good idea. The teen with the beanie jumps up and slaps a strut on the ceiling. Oh, was that the knocking we were hearing earlier? Oh my god, Zane, cut it out, you're embarrassing us. I'm sorry for Zane's behaviour. I don't think he realises how extremely 8th grade it is to jump up and hit things. No offence, Rosalina. None taken. The other 8th graders are totally immature. Not like you, Rosalina. You're chill and smart too. So she's trying to hang out with older kids. I hope you haven't had one of these drinks as well. Enough. The damage is already done. Now leave. I'm tired of people in this town dragging my cousin headlong into danger. Look, she does actually care about us, but poor Stella, because Stella looks like we're sad. I can't believe I actually agree with Tabitha about anything, but this is the worst place I've ever been in my entire life. I'd like to see the sun again before I die. Ah, come on you guys, maybe it's not a big deal. We used to do dangerous stuff all the time, and I still do dangerous stuff now. Stella, this isn't the time to say this stuff. I mean, I don't like this particular situation, what with the whole ditchling thing, but outside of that, who are we to tell them where they can hang out? I don't know who you think you are in this situation, Stella, but I own this mine. It is entirely within my rights to tell them to leave, much like it's entirely within my rights to tell you to leave. Was your lifetime ban from my mines not a clear enough message for you? Hell yeah, Tabitha. Tell us something, the sad something 20-year-old. You know what, Becca, you're not helping the situation. And I don't think you can really talk. You're going to get your dad's job, like, you're going to literally get your dad his job taken off him. Hell yeah, Tabitha. Tear the sad 20-something to shreds. Hey, I'm defending you and I'm not sad. Where'd you get that idea? Running a clickbaity YouTube channel where you run around the woods chasing nothing is extremely sad. So she's sad. So what? Give it a few years and you'll be sad too. The passage of time is inescapable. Oh my god, Tabitha. You know what? I like Tabitha. That was probably the best line to come from Tabitha. And the thing is, I know she's technically kind of picking on Stella, but she's kind of also defending Stella at the same time. Look, we just wanted to give Rosalina a good time. Her home life sucks right now. Yeah, tell them about where you have to sleep, Rosalina. We've been living in the library for the past couple of weeks. Dad said we can't stay at our house. They've got a hot plate and a couple of cots in one of the back rooms. It's actually a pretty sick setup. No, it isn't, Zane. Alex Rosalina deserves better. I don't care about your home life. If you're going to do your underage drinking, go do it in the woods. Just get off my property. I do feel for you, but I feel for your dad. I don't think he'd want you to be in that situation. He probably feels horrible about having to make you live in the library and giving up the house. Tabitha. Look, Rosalina, I'm sure Oscar has a good reasons for all that. He's a good guy, and he cares about you. He thinks our house is haunted. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I saw that look, yeah. Dad's gonna be interested. We should go investigate it. Oh. Wait, what? And I should care because it's such a bullshit excuse. I bet he couldn't even afford it anymore and he's lying to you to save face. What a coward. I don't think you can say that about other people's families. Isn't that like bullying or something? Shut up, Zane. Back up. He says it's haunted? I can't believe he didn't mention it to me. I could investigate. That might have been why he didn't. Maybe he thought it wouldn't be taken seriously in a way. There's no ghost, Stella. It'd be cool if there was, but Becca's right. I just wish he would be honest with me and tell me what's really going on. It's like he doesn't think I can handle it, like I'm still a little kid. Ugh, you're all children, and none of you realize how good you have it. Back in the day, each and every one of you would have been pulling 12-hour shifts in this exact mine. If it weren't for child labour laws, the 5 of you might have some actual character. Oh my god, Tabitha. Exactly, Rosalina's not that mature anyway. She keeps sleeping with stuffed animals. That doesn't mean she's not mature. I still have pork chop, you know. Everyone has... I'm sure everyone has some sort of childhood toy that they've brought and they kind of brought with them into their adult years or teenage years and clung onto from childhood. It's not a bad thing to have something that makes you happy like that. I rest my case. Wait, what did you say about child labour? I'm not going to weigh in on this. This is between you and your dad, and the two of you should speak about this anywhere that isn't here. I'm sure Oscar is doing this to protect you. You're right, Oscar should treat you more like an adult. How do you know there isn't a ghost at this rate? I'd be surprised if your house wasn't haunted. I'm not going to weigh in on this. This is between you and your dad. The two of you should talk about it anywhere that isn't here. I couldn't agree more. Yeah, if Rosalina's house is haunted, we should break in and Ghostbust it or something. Sounds pretty rad to me. Whatever gets you delinquents out of my mind. Oh my god, Zane, you can't Ghostbust if there's no ghost. Also, Rosalina lives there, she can't break into her own house. There's no ghost that you know of. I bet we could figure out how to bust it if it's actually real, and if it isn't real, well, problem solved. She could always stay over at my house until Ghostbusters your place. We have a finished basement with a pull-out couch. You know what, Alexis? I noticed, Alexis doesn't seem like she should be hanging out with this group either. You two look like maybe you should just go off and hang out together, maybe? She actually seems like she does care about it, Rosalina. Why are we talking about this like it's a thing? It's not a thing. There is no ghost. I don't care, and I can't believe I've wasted this much time trying to argue with children. I'm washing my hands of this and calling the cops. Feel free to leave before they show up. You hear that, Miles? We're leaving. I suggest the rest of you kids leave this empty mine before someone gets black lung, or gets crushed by rocks, or meets any one of many terrible fates people tend to meet in abandoned mines. Oh? Kanika is interrupted by a pair of thunderous knocks. That wasn't me, I swear. Then, what was it? Come on, Stella. Didn't you have a whole list of perfectly natural explanations for scary mine noises? It's tummy knackers, for sure. I know this isn't why we came down here, but we've got to check it out. Stella. I know, but weird stuff's been happening around here for the past few days, and what if this is our only chance to get an actual solid lead? The stakes can be higher. Do you have no sense of self-preservation? That's why I said earlier, I don't think Stella does. I want you out of here, Stella. Oh, come on, Tabby, you can come on too. If you guys are going after something spooky, count me in. Nobody is going deeper into the mine. Nobody is staying in the mine. You're all leaving. I do... It's hard because I think Stella... If the kids weren't here, maybe we should go after them, but... I kind of agree with Tabitha on this. Please listen to Tabitha before my heart gives out. It'll be fun, Neeks. It will not. Wait a second. Where'd the three of you run off to? Are you kidding me? How did they get past us? There's only one way in. Where did they go? Unbelievable. Well, Kanika, maybe if you weren't still scared of the dark or whatever, you know, some sneak off. I know some sneak off, and like I've been sending out the whole time I've been here. Miles, you know, the thing is, I'm guessing something happened with your dad, and this is how you're responding to the situation. But maybe, you know, you could be like this at home instead, safely. They must have squeezed through that child-sized tunnel. Dang, I've always wondered where that goes. I've never been able to get these hips through there. Stella, stop sneaking into my mind. Please, I am literally begging you. She doesn't look angry with her though, and Stella doesn't kind of look... I don't know, it seems like you two could be friends if you just spoke to each other. If only all the tunnels down here were wide enough for adults, we could already be done with this little mess, but no, there just have to be remnants from a bygone era. Didn't you just talk about how child labour was the good old days a minute ago? I was trying to get you to leave my mind. Yeah, I could see that she was trying to do that. Becca's head pops out from the tunnel's entrance. We are not about to let you come in here and ruin our good time. The mine is safe. I've been here a million times. Yeah, if Becca says we're safe, then we're totally safe. Whatever. Come on, you two. I know a cool spot this way. That's a really bad idea. Okay, I think I know where that tunnel rejoins the rest of the mines. I'll go look for them, and I want each and every one of you to take note of the fact that I'm doing that. If those idiots get themselves lost and die, I'm not letting their families sue me into the ground. She's acting like that, Kanika. She's just acting like this because she cares, but she doesn't know how to share it properly. Are those really your priorities right now? Yeah. Do you have a problem with that? I want the rest of you out of my mind. Except for you, Socks, I'm not letting you out of my sight. Yeah, sure, I could never fit in the tunnel anyways. They've crossed a barrier that I cannot, so my time here is up. But only because Stella promised me a good hunt tomorrow. Whatever, I still have to do my dailies anyway, and the service down here sucks. I will happily escort these two knuckleheads out. Stella actually put on puppy eyes to try and stay here. No, you are not about to weasel your way into this, Stella. Oh, come on, Tabby. I've been down here a ton. I could totally help out. Tabitha sighs. There's no getting rid of you, is there? Fine. I won't waste my time arguing. I've heard a lot of stories about cave rescuers being their own rescues. Should we get some professionals down here? What's the point of us going after them and don't want to listen to us? We could all just leave. Do I have to come with you? Stella, don't push Tabitha's boundaries like that. Tabitha, don't push Stella away like that. She hasn't done anything to deserve it. I'm not getting in the middle of this. Alright, let's do this. I've heard a lot about stories about cave rescuers needing their own rescues. Are we buying off more than we can chew? Should we get some professionals down here? I am a professional. I'd prefer to resolve this issue without getting out if possible. Again, I don't want to deal with angry parents trying to sue me for their own negligence. Inspiring. Don't worry, Socks. It'll be fun and safe. What happened the last time you said that? Yeah. I'm sure that's exactly what you told her last night, and we all know how that ended up. Alright. I'm coming with you, but it's because I want to come along, not because you're making me. I'm coming along, but I want to stress this is against my will and better judgments. Remain silent. Alright, let's do this. Sure. Let's not linger any longer than we have to, shall we? Want me to take Gretchen with me? I don't know if it'd be easier to cover more ground without her. Haha, yeah, that's probably for the best. I don't want to repeat of last night, and who knows if we have to do any climbing. Yeah, this is for the best. Go get back to safety with her. I'll see you on the other side, hopefully soon. For sure, we won't be long. Cool, can't wait to bust some ghosts tomorrow. Bye, Zane. Kinika, Miles, and Zane head towards the entrance of the mine, leaving you, Tabitha, and Stella to find the remaining teens. Alright, no dawdling. We should be able to catch up with them if we go this way. You and Stella exchange a glance as Tabitha ventures forward. Yeah, but see, we're still getting to do what you wanted, Stella, so it's all good. As the three of you move deeper into the mine, you hear the echoes of your conversation bounce off the walls. But Becca, why are we doing this again? I thought you thought Tabitha was like really cool. Why are you trying to get her all mad? We're doing this because Tabitha is really cool. She doesn't let anyone boss her around, so we can't just let her boss us around. Aw, you hear that, Tabby? Someone thinks you're cool. I can't believe she used to hang out with nobody like Stella. Whoa! Becca, shush, 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 shh. Oh, Tabitha, no, don't grin at that. Why did you two stop being friends? Hey! I don't know, I think Stella's kind of cool. Her videos are really neat. Oh, come on, she doesn't even have a sponsor. What kind of YouTuber doesn't have a sponsor? I mean, not yet, but I'm in talks with Meat Race, and I make plenty of ads and donations. How does it feel to have a teen girl think you're cool? Thanks, Stella Meat Race, that's a big deal. Oh man, I wish they were gossiping about me. I'm just glad they're not gossiping about me. Ugh. I don't know why, but this feels like I'm picking sides. Thanks, Stella. Meat Race? That's a big deal. They're on like every big podcast. Thank you. It feels like a really big step up for the channel. I wish that Becca hadn't said all those things she said tonight. She's just mean. It had nothing to do with you. You've seen how she's treated everyone else tonight except Tabitha. Yeah, I guess you're right. I'm surprised you don't have thicker skin about this, Stella. You never struck me as someone who let other people's opinions bother you. If you did, I wouldn't have tried so hard to keep you off my property. Well, I know you don't mean it. Agree to disagree. I'm not going to say that because that feels kind of mean. Oh man, I wish they were gossiping about me. Gosh, I'm not so sure about that. I know they're just teens, but some that stuff stung. Yeah, but I want to know more about me. What did my aunt say? Another knock closer. Another knock closer interrupts your thoughts, followed by another. Followed by another. Is it just me, or is that knocking coming from the same direction as his kids? It's not you. It's not just you. Okay, that knocking's really starting to freak me out. Calm down, Rosalie, it's just mind sounds. Did you guys see that? No, it was just a shadow. There's no reason to get freaked out. I saw it. Shut up, there's nothing down here. Stop trying to scare me. That sounds just an active mind echoing through the walls, right? Are we sure the tunnel we went through is going to meet back up with us? They went through? What did they say? What if they're the ones doing the knocking? What if it's all just a prank? Tell me that because there's poor kids. I knew coming down here was a bad idea. I can't believe they're making us do this. I better get grounded when this is all said and done. We're getting closer. Let's keep moving. What did they say? Tommyknockers. It's not Tommyknockers. They're probably just jumping at their own shadows. You said it yourself, Stella. As soon as they got out of our sight, their bravado would vanish into a puff of smoke. It's probably just rocks falling somewhere deeper in the mine, which is also bad for obvious reasons. Are we sure the mine they went through is going to meet back up with us? Yes, I'm familiar with all maps of this place. There should be a central chamber not too far from here where everything joins back up. Those poor kids. I have no sympathy for their terror. They've brought this upon themselves for trespassing in my mine and making me come down here. I'm sure they're just as upset that you came down here as you are. We're getting closer. Let's keep moving. As you progress deep into the mine, the knocking grows more frequent. It's still distant, but it's much louder than before. The tunnel ends abruptly in front of you. A century-old ladder is the only way forward. In the darkness beyond, you can still hear the echoes of terrified teens, their panicked arguing bouncing down the pitch-black corridors. And here they are. The tunnel they crawled through passes through the chamber below. It shouldn't be hard to find them once we get down there. I've never been as far in. Congratulations, Stella. You got what you wanted. Oh god, Tabitha's going down first. Tabitha crawls up to the ladder and disappears over its edge. Alright, let's do this. Stella hoists herself over the edge and begins to climb down. I guess we're going into the pit. What? I don't like how small this is. I don't really like cramped spaces. Oh. I'm pretty sure this is the way back up. Come on. Pretty sure. I thought you'd been down here before. Okay, maybe I didn't get this far in, but whatever, it doesn't matter. I definitely remember that way out. Hurry, I don't want to be down here anymore. I think it was actually this way. Oh, shut up. No one even wanted you to come with us anyway. Becca! Yep, they're close alright. Good thing they're so damn loud. It sounds like they're really lost. The voices around you, those of the teens and your companions, sound odd, distant. Oh! Step forward. There's something in the darkness before you that's much louder, though you don't hear it. Uh-oh. 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 I don't want to walk towards it, thank you. I guess I have to, though. You don't hear it, but you can feel it in your chest. A desperate need to perceive and be perceived. Wrap yourself in the darkness of the pit. Hey, are you alright, Sax? Bear witness to what? What do you think you're doing? Get away from there. Your cousin dives towards you, but not before the light from your phone illuminates the chamber. What is that? So the miners, they found something and the structure fell on them. Like, crushed them. Oh, we saw it. And we can see all the spirits right now. Sucks, you alright? Oh, thank God you're alive. It looked like you had a seizure or something. And then you and Tabby just conked out. Tabby's also got this then. I'm fine. You can barely open your eyes. You're not fine. Neither of you move a muscle. I don't want you straining yourselves while you're still recovering from whatever that was. I'm going to get you both some help. I'll be back soon, I promise. No, don't leave us like this. Don't die on me, alright? She's getting upset over us there. You fade back out of consciousness as your companion clambers out of the pit, intent on your rescue. Uh-oh. Are these all the spirits from the mine then? You raise up on your elbows, head still swimming from the visions, your surroundings coming back into focus. Your head throbs as the knocking continues, now magnitudes more intense than ever. Through it, you once again hear the panicked voices of bickering teenagers echoing down the stone corridors. Becca, you're just getting us more lost. It's this way. If you're so sure, then why don't you just leave? I can't believe I let Alexis talk me into inviting you in the first place. Becca, I'm just trying to help. I said go. Okay, I will. Alexis, you don't have to go with her, you know that, right? Pick a side, Alexis. I'm sure Becca knows where she's going. She wouldn't just lie. Sorry, Rosalina. The increasingly desperate voices of the teens are drowned out by the thunderous knocking. You can practically feel the ground shake beneath you, can almost see the walls vibrate with the intensity of the hellish sound. God, that knocking is not helping my headache. What the hell just happened? Did you see them as well? I anyway saw ghosts just now. I mean, maybe there were ghosts. The knocking's getting closer. The kids are lost. I had some sort of vision. I remember you diving towards me. Did you know something might happen? There's a lot of good options here. That's a save for sure. Saving for sure. Okay, so we should get out of here. We should wait for Stella. I don't think we should leave the kids. Oh God, we only get one choice here. I had some sort of vision. Did you see it too? There's gotta be fumes or something down here. It's an old mine. These places are death traps. We probably just hallucinate. So you did see it? How can you be sure? Look, this kind of thing happens in mines sometimes, especially when there's bad ventilation. Stop being weird, we're leaving. Rosalina appears in the passageway to your left. She's out of breath and she looks like she's been crying. I'm so sorry I snuck off like that. I just wanted Alexis to think I was cool. The entire cavern shakes with the sound of rockfall. I don't know what the hell is up with this knocking, but that is the sound of a mine collapse. Quick, up that ladder, both of you. Wait, Becca and Alexis are still down there. You can't just leave them. Here, I know which way they were going. They'll listen to you this time, I promise. Do you have a death wish, little girl? This isn't a movie. The best thing we can do to help those girls right now is not be buried alive ourselves. Oh my god, we get to choose whether these kids live or die. I'm gonna follow Tabitha's advice here because Tabitha would know more than anything what's the safest route, and if she felt that the kids were savable, she would be telling us to go after them. So he reached towards Rosalina. Rosalie, I'm sorry, but there's nothing we can do about this. The money's coming apart, we can't go after them. They made their choice, Rosalina. Don't die for their mistake. Your dad wouldn't want you to die down here. I'm so sorry, there's nothing we can do about this. The people who know what they're doing can go back for them after we're all safe. What if they don't make it? What if this is the only chance we have to help them? They already crossed that bridge. You can cross it too if you want. I don't care. We've already collapsed once, you know. Rosalina hesitates for a moment. Alexis, Becca, the way out is this way. If you've followed my voice, you'll be able to make it out. Okay, let's go. She grabs your hand and the two of you start climbing. This way, come on. Your cousin moves with the kind of swiftness you expect from someone who's spent her entire life in and around coal mines. Becca, Alexis, can you still hear me? The knocking drowns out Rosalina's desperate shouts as the three of you crawl closer and closer to the entrance. I'm so sorry I left you guys. It's deafening now, as if someone were trying to break through the walls with fists of iron. Continue towards the entrance. You continue to push forward, your burning muscles giving way to pure adrenaline. Then comes the sound of splintering wood. You pick up the pace, the entrance is so close. Oh, I'm so sorry. Push through, let's go, we can make it. And there it is. And oh, there it is, freedom. Oh! The three of you manage to squeeze through the entrance just as the walls of the mine come crashing down. Alexis! Do you think the other two... I don't know if they made it. I think they might be trapped down there. Tabitha did well to get us out though. Maybe they got out. It's possible, right? Maybe there's another entrance or something. Or maybe they're still alive in there. Oh god. I'm so sorry. Rosalina, are you okay? Your dad's on his way. He should be here any minute. I'm so sorry. I'm going back to camp. I'll be back with some men. And they can start digging. I agree. I think we did, you know. I'll call Al. It takes a bit of time, but eventually Tabitha arrives with men and the machine to start digging through the rubble. You and Stella and Kanika are afforded a quiet moment to yourselves as the others get to work. Do you think Becca and Alexis are okay? I can't believe you left us down there. Ditchlings, your vision. Ooh, there's so many good options. So, okay, so I'm gonna go with this slot and we're gonna... Do you think Becca and Alexis are going to be okay? Look, that's a weak smile from Stella. There were survivors in the last collapse. At least Rosalina is safe. Thank God. If you and Tabby didn't pull Rosalina out when you did, you all might have found her buried down there. That's why I thought, I think you did the right thing. I'm not gonna say that. She went to go get help. No, this is all bad. I didn't want these to be the response. Do you think it's over? Maybe the Ditchlings were here for those kids. That's grim. Maybe you're right, but I feel like what happened in the mine raised more questions than it answered. We still don't know anything about Wayne, or about what you actually saw down there. Stella filled me in outside. This is all a little too magic for me. Just because two things have happened doesn't mean there's a pattern, right? There was a stone carving on the wall of that pit. It gave me some sort of vision. I saw what happened to this place. Are you sure it wasn't just auto-suggestion? We talked about that mine a lot today. I don't know, Neek. She went down there. Sox and Tabby had like simultaneous seizures. Next to a creepy stone carving. It was like something out of a movie. Just because they passed out or had seizures doesn't mean it wasn't auto-suggestion. Everything that happened down there centered around the main chamber where I saw that carving. Everything that happened down there centered around that main chamber where I saw that carving. Stella showed me a photo. Weird stuff. Yeah, really weird. I'm pretty sure Tabitha and I saw some ghosts down there. They were right behind you just before you left. Did you not see them? Whoa, I did not see anything other than the two of you in that carving. That's super weird. I don't want to doubt what you experienced, but you were deep in a dark abandoned coal mine. You might have just been primed to see things. You know, now that I think about it, it totally fits a profile for some of the Tominaka stories. What if they're actual bona fide ghosts? Oh, Stella. Are you sure those were Tominakas? Depends on what you mean by sure. Is anyone really sure of anything? They fit the description pretty well, but I don't know what else it could be. I have no idea what happened in there. I need to do some reading on mine collapses, I guess. What happens now? Hey guys, I don't think she's quite ready to talk yet. What happened down there? Okay, so she's okay, Asker. I made sure of that. Have you met the kids Rosalina hangs out with? Rosalina made it out of there because she stood up for herself. There's something terrible in that mine. I think Tominaka's brought down the mine. She's okay, Asker. I made sure of that. Thank you, Sox. I just wish I could have kept her from going in there in the first place. If I'd just paid closer attention to her, maybe none of this would have happened, and those kids wouldn't be down there. I can't help but feel that it's my responsibility to prevent this, and I blew it. You've been way too hard on yourself. Teens are reckless, there's only so much you can do. You are the parent in the situation. Yeah. I think it's between these two. You're being way too hard on yourself. You can't be expected to predict and prevent accidents. You're only human. Yeah, how are you supposed to know that there'd be in a mine, an abandoned mine, and that mine would collapse? She's right, Asker. As a former reckless teen and as a current reckless adult, yeah, there's not much you can do about a situation like this. I suppose you're alright. I am just human. I could be a better human now. Rosalina made it out of there because she stood up for herself. You should be proud. She's a good kid, Asker. Thanks. Have you met the kids Rosalina hangs out with? Yeah, Rosalina's lived here since she was 2, so she basically grew up with them. They're a little older than her, and yeah, they get into some trouble, but I didn't think they were bad kids or anything. They're always so polite to me, especially that Alexis. Gosh, that poor girl. Always acted like a dog kicked somebody had kicked. And now she's in there. It's not right. It's gonna be okay, Asker. They weren't bad kids, just reckless. I don't know what they were expecting. You shouldn't have let her hang out with them. They weren't bad kids, just reckless. Yeah, and we can't blame them for stuff like this. I don't know if I want to bring it up with Asker about this. Rosa told us you'd been living in the library. I think she was trying to get away from that. Asker sighs. Rosalina told you that? Yeah, it's true, but you have to understand there's something in that house. We believe you, Asker. I couldn't let it hurt her. And since I didn't know how to get rid of it, I set up a back room at the library for us. So it's physically hurting them. Just until I could figure out how to fix things. I know she hates it, but I thought it would be better for her. Instead, it just drove her away. staying with friends, not checking in, and now this. It's all because of that house. And because of me. Because I haven't been able to fix this. I just wish you could understand. Stella's right, we believe you don't have to be alone in this, we can help. I don't know if I would have believed you this before this week, but Rosalina doesn't believe you, ghosts aren't real. You don't have to be alone in this. We can help. Yeah, we'll totally help get rid of your ghost. Or more like, we'll figure out what non-ghost thing it actually is. Either way, we're here for you. Thank you guys, that really means a lot. I shouldn't have kept this to myself, but I was so afraid of seeming ridiculous. Dad, you must be so mad at me. Oh, Rosa, no. Of course I'm not mad at you. Do you think that maybe they got out? Maybe there's another exit somewhere? Rosalina. I should have pushed back harder. I knew the way out. I should have made them come with me. I just don't want to be dead. I'm so sorry, Dad. You don't have to be sorry. You're alive and safe. You're safe. We couldn't have come back for them, right? We wouldn't have made it out if we went back. We did what we had to, there just wasn't enough time. Like your dad said, you're alive, Rosina, and you're safe, that's all that matters. You're right, we wouldn't have made it back. We wouldn't have made it out if we went back for them. We had to make a choice, it's best not to regret it. You made it out of there because you've stood up for yourself. Well, we did what we had to, there just wasn't enough time. I know this is how hard this is, but sometimes people have to make difficult decisions. Me, I have to make difficult decisions. It's just not fair, why me and not them? I know how difficult this is, and you can be upset for as long as you need to be, Rosa. I think the best thing you can do for your friends right now, until we get them out of there, is to enjoy the life you have. I know I haven't made it easy for you. I know you've been frustrated with the choices I've made. But I'm gonna do what it takes to move us back into our house. We're gonna have a good life again, Rosa. I'm sorry I didn't do this sooner. I'm sorry this is what it took. Dad. We're on the case. We'll be okay, I promise. I'm gonna take her home. I guess I'll see the three of you tomorrow. And thank you, Socks. You have no idea how much I appreciate what you did for Rosalina. I feel like Rosalina would have ran off if we went back. As Oscar and Rosalina leave, your cousin exhaustedly saunters over to you. Alright, Socks, my men are set to start digging. Let's go home and get some rest. No, hold on a minute, Miss Scarlet. Mind if we have a quick word with your cousin, miss, in private? Why? Why do we need to have a quick word? Okay, fine, just make it quick, and don't you dare try and pull anything on her. She did nothing wrong here. Ladies, I'm afraid that means you too. Don't you need to talk to us? We witnessed this too. Oh, sure, but that can wait. We know where to find you. What if I'm going to get blamed for the mine collapse? What a coincidence running into you 2 nights in a row. You also ran into Stella 2 nights in a row. But hey, this is my colleague, Deputy Derrickson. Pleased to meet you, Socks. Apologies for my absence yesterday. It was my special bowling night, you see. A man has to have his me time. Oh yeah, that's fine. You've had your night off. There was no deputy here, it's fine. But I was briefed on the events of last night, even though we're still not sure if what went on could be considered a crime. Duke has been missing since then, though we found neither hide nor hair of him. Could be he's just on an extended hunting trip. What do you mean? We showed you the footage of him being killed. It wouldn't be the first time we've done something like that. We saw the footage showed his supposed body, but we couldn't get that camera working, so no way to confirm until we track him down. Oh, yeah, they didn't say. Now I understand both of these were terribly unfortunate accidents. They had nothing to do with you being in the area, but as officer of the law, you have to understand we get a little suspicious when we see the same face multiple nights in a row. And we have to ask, what exactly were those teenagers doing in a shuttered mine owned by your family? And why were you down there with them? It's owned by my family, but it's not owned by me, and the kids snuck in there. You've got to understand where we're coming from. 2 kids, 15 and 14, are buried alive down there, and maybe they're dead, and you were in the presence. Yeah, but so were other people. Whether or not that was merely coincidence remains to be seen, but we've got to do our due diligence here. I'll get to your questions, but we also need to talk about a man that's been stalking me. We were chaperoning them. This town is haunted, you're out of your depths here. Why are you asking me this? It was a mine collapse. We saw some teens sneak into the abandoned mine, so we went after them. If it wasn't for me, they'd all be dead. I don't have to talk to you, I know my rights. I'll get to your questions, but we also need to talk about the man that's been stalking me. His name is Sam Wayne, and he used to work at the mines here.
That seems an awful lot like deflection to me, wouldn't you say, Al?
No, that's not. This is a nice town. People don't go to stalking strangers in these parts. Can you at least just take a description?
Fine.
Derrickson scribbles down your description of Wayne.
You watch too many movies. Now, can you tell us what happened down there?
We saw some teens sneak into an abandoned mine, so we went after them. We were just trying to do the right thing.
Of course. Very noble of you. Upon no questions, just trying to gather all the facts, you see.
Just being thorough, our duty as officers of the law.
Well, if there's nothing more you can tell us, I suppose we'll let you go about your evening, but we may be in touch. Have a good one.
I don't know how they're trying to pin it on us. The mine collapsed, and Deputy Derrickson tips his hat to you. The two officers wander back towards the mine, Derrickson taking notes as they examine the scene. You make your way towards Stella and Kanika. I just can't believe. 2 nights in a row. Is it my fault, Neeks?
Stella, no. This is all just an awful coincidence. It's not your fault.
Oh, hey, guess the cops are done with you. What are they gonna take you in for being present at an accident? You don't look great, Stella. I think you need to maybe take a break from doing all this.
Sorry if they give you a hard time. Small town cops, you know.
I always blame everything on drifters, even acts of God, I guess.
Excellent. You didn't get arrested. Now come on, let's get back to the estate. I'd like to get some rest before I have to deal with the fallout of everything that happened tonight.
I'll see you tomorrow, okay, Socks? Go get some rest, Stella. Maybe go sleep at, Kanika's house?
Excuse me, Just stop trying to get my cousin killed, Stella.
Come on, let's go. Don't blame her for that. She didn't make that happen. Tabitha starts walking to her car, pulling you by your arm. See you tomorrow, guys, or I'll text you when we're back. See you tomorrow, guys. You can practically feel Tabitha roll her eyes as she drags you to the car. Tabitha doesn't say a word as the car cuts along the darkened road. You try to keep an eye on the surrounding wilderness as she drives, wary of what may lurk behind the tree line. Sorry about today. How are you holding up? I'm doing terribly, by the way, in case you wanted to know. Why did you treat Stella like that? Didn't you two used to be friends? You and Kanika don't seem to get along. Do you think Becca and Alex is okay? I don't appreciate being dragged off like that. How are you holding up?
Poorly, but I'd rather we didn't get into that.
Sorry about today. Tabitha doesn't answer. Sorry for apologising. Am I talking too much or...
At least you called.
Yeah, I did call. We couldn't have just let them go in there by themselves. Why do you treat Stella like that? Didn't you two used to be friends?
It was a different time in my life. I just wish she'd get that we're not in high school anymore. I'm a different person than whoever she thinks she knows.
You know what, like, Tabitha gives me strong vibes of, like, she's had to take on all this responsibility and, like, I think she sees Stella as just kind of playing around and not taking life seriously, and she has to take so much on seriously. But Stella's got her own set of problems that come with a household that her parents are both gone and no longer with us. Her entire existence relies on that income from her channel that she's made, and she might not think that she's got anything else that she can, you know, put it into. They've both been thrust into situations that are unfortunate, really. Do you think Becca and Alexis are okay?
We won't know for days at the earliest. Their parents should have kept tighter reins on them. I never got into any trouble like this when I was a teen. I have Pearl Ann to thank for it. Hated it at the time, but that strictness paid off. What am I telling you this for?
Where were we? Bonding? You can tell me stuff. I'd like to know more about you. I don't think the parents are blame here. You're right. There are lots of adults that should have done a better job tonight. You can tell me stuff. I'd like to know more about you.
and about Pearl Ann for that matter. Maybe later this week. I don't have the energy to get into it right now, but I think I'd like that. Yay, we're bonding! You remain silent. I gotta focus on the road. You and Kanika don't really seem to get along. She pushes my buttons. I don't think I want to say the rest of them, so I'm just going to ride in silence now. Your eyes wander back to the tree line as you and Tabitha slink into the silence. And here we are, back home. You once again cross the threshold into the estate, the musty stench of the decaying mansion greeting you with its undertones of mildew and wood rot. Well, this day was a lot more stressful than it needed to be, and I'm sure it's a precursor to a horrifically stressful week. I'm going to bed. I suggest you do the same. Thanks for calling me about this, kids, by the way. It was unexpected. You should have waited for me. I'm too tired to argue. I'll see you in the morning. She's very conflicted about us, but we did call her, so that's, we let her know. But we couldn't have waited there. They were in there. Tabitha turns and makes her way up the stairs, posture defeated. Turn in. You head up to your room to turn in. Or in their murders. Do you think this dog was previous mayor of the town? Because it could be. And there's a dog in this picture as well. Did we own all the previous mayors of the town? They were all Scarlets. You collapse in Tabitha's dusty guest bed, your head empty of thoughts. After your time in the shore mine, you barely even notice the dust. Your phone buzzes on the table. Kanika sent a message to Stella. And you. These are those things, right? Kanika sent a picture of a pair of ditchlings by the side of a road. I saw them again too. Another picture, this time of them staring from a tree. If we go look out our window now, do you reckon they're watching us as well? What the hell? These things are definitely not hairless monkeys or raccoons or whatever. I don't know what the hell they are. I guess there's more to them being here than the man collapse. No way I'm sleeping tonight. You think about looking at the guest room, but at this point you're too exhausted to leave your bed. The adrenaline for this evening is finally wearing off, replaced by a creeping exhaustion that threatens to overwhelm you. Your limbs feel heavy, your eyelids slipping down over your eyes, even as you stare at the ominous pictures on your phone. If it weren't for the pit of dread boiling in your stomach, you'd almost feel comfortable as you settle in between the covers, your tired bones sinking into the decrepit mattress. When you close your eyes, your thoughts drift to Alexis and Becca, terrified and alone, if not already dead. No, who could that be? Your eyes shoot back open, your heart pounding as the door to your room swings open. Oh, hello! It's Frou Frou! Just a cat. It's always just a cat. It's nice to see another living being, even one as unfriendly as Tabitha's cat. The comfort of her presence sets your mind at ease, and you finally slip into a deep sleep. Thank you so much, Frou Frou. You sensed that we needed it, and I appreciate that. Oh. Was Frou Frou gone? Oh? Are we sleepwalking? Where are we going? We're going to Tabitha's room. What? But who slammed the door? There's a hole in this door. We haven't been in this room yet. This leads down to the basement. Okay. Are we? Is this us doing it, or are we getting a vision here? The rocks. Okay. Oh! The knocking. The knocking's from underneath our house. Alright, this is the end of episode 2. Episode 3 awaits. Proceed if you dare, and we got a load of achievements, so I'm going to save that. We'll save that into this slot here. So that was episode 2 of Scarlet Hollow. I'm intrigued. So so far we've come through, but it seems like we're kind of getting a lot of the different Appalachian kind of legends and things like that. So a lot of the folklore. So we're getting, obviously, we had the sort of Tommy knockers then. And I wonder if we're going to get any other sort of bits of, any other kind of creatures that we're going to get to see. Yeah, so I'm definitely intrigued. So we know that Wayne isn't. We're getting a very distinct feeling that Wayne's not with us anymore. We've just left those 2 girls down in the case. I wonder how that's going to impact things. I just feel like it would have ended badly if we'd have taken her with us. If we hadn't have taken her with us. There's a lot of threads it's building up here, and I'm excited to see where it's going to end up. But yeah, if you want to give it a go for yourselves, maybe make some different decisions to me. Try and go back to Save These Girls, or go with Kanika in the van instead. You can give the game a try by checking that link in the description down below. And yeah, I'm going to leave it for there now, guys. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye for now.